Hello, friends. Welcome. Glad to have you here on a Monday evening. Had a nice relaxing day off yesterday, and today we're going to do a little bit, continue building out the city. I've got a couple things that are going to help us in that regard, make things look a little bit better. Apologies, it's going to be a little jumpy because we are pretty much maxing out my computer's RAM. Currently the game is taking about 23 or 24 gigabytes of RAM to run. I have some more RAM coming, but I unfortunately could not get it delivered till tomorrow. So hoping I can get it today, but you know what happens. So next stream and next videos starting, I guess probably with Thursdays, will end up being, hopefully, a little less jumpy. Should be a lot better moving forward. But yes, thanks for being here. Appreciate you guys. See you in chat. Nicole, Kurt, Devilish Fun, Mitchell, everybody. Glad you're here. Appreciate you. So one thing I wanted to do right off the bat is I finally got Network Multi-Tool to work. Which of course means I'm not going to know how to use it, and I'm going to make a fool out of myself on stream because that's how this works. But there's some sort of weird dependency thing I had to mess with. But now I think I can finally get stuff figured. I wanted to change this to a 4-lane industrial road. I wanted to do that forever, but I wasn't able to do that. But yes, we are going to, we're going to find out for sure. I don't want to remove the node. I want to disconnect. I did this before. I practiced, I swear. I promise you. There you go. Unlock segment. Yes. I have now unlocked both of those segments. So I should be able to come in here. Please do not crash. Thank you. Should be able to come in here and just change these guys, upgrade them. Haha! I win. Alright, let's lock those two back so we don't have any further problems with that. But now this can be a 4-lane industrial road, so we have a little bit less traffic backup as this gets busier. That's all sorts of good fun. Hello, William. Oh, I'm so tired. It's 6 p.m. on a Monday, and I've done nothing except stress out about things all day, but it's good to have you here. Joshua, welcome. Appreciate you. Farming some on my main monitor and a city stream on my tablet. Role-playing, actually having got a degree in civil engineering. Oh, you're funny. So here's about what I was thinking doing today. Building this up a little bit more into kind of a industrial distribution hub. I have some new assets. If you watched the City Planner Plays video, I think it was last week, he built out a UPS distribution center. And I thought that might be a kind of a fun thing to try and put in here. So we might do one of these here. Might also do one down at the airport now that we have a little bit better handle on this. But I did get some new assets, which probably none of you will care about except me. But I have more realistic freight trains that look like North American stuff, and they actually make fun freight train noises. The other ones didn't. I don't know. Most of you probably don't care too much about that, but I think it's cool, so we're going to go with that. And then I also got advanced vehicle options, so that means I can now turn off the annoying, ugly default cars, which I have done. Most of those, these are all pretty much workshop items for everything. And I also got a bunch of trains that are now replaced properly. I've got the default trains turned off because I don't like how those look. Especially the cargo trains. I guess European cargo trains look like this, but in America our trains are large and ugly, so I've got some of those. they're of course generic, not actual railroads because I guess this guy didn't want to, but they have sound, which is cool. So I got those taken care of, and then most interestingly for some of you in the chat, we have the ability to search up blimps. So this mod allows you to change the passenger capacity of mass transit vehicles. So I've changed blimps from 35 to 100. So we're going to see how that ends up affecting our blimp lines. And also is probably, please do not crash, thank you, probably going to allow us to decrease the amount of blimps we have. Okay, you are not allowed to be here, first of all. Regular blimp, no. Sirotans only. Mike is quiet today, shouldn't be. Should be pretty much exactly the same volume as before. I haven't messed with anything. Alright, let's see. Huh. Well, I wonder if it's because... Hold on. Allow me to adjust my audio properties. I normally have my mic set to +4 dB, and now it's at 0, so let's turn that up. We'll see if that makes things any better for you guys. Alright, that's back where it usually is. So I don't know exactly what would have happened there, but that's fixed. You guys reminded me I can throw the stream on a TV. Yeah, you can, I mean, you can watch anywhere you want, but a game like this, I think, always looks much better on a large screen where you can kind of see the details. And use phone for chat. I love how these blimps just always intersect with each other. It's like the game doesn't understand that it maybe should not be doing this. Looks like a generic, like a ham hock you see in cartoons, because nobody knows how to draw meat. Alright, so that's all looking good. These guys, he's departing. He should be full. 23 out of 100 passengers also gives us stats now, which is really cool. Yes, like cat dog, exactly. So I think what we're going to do now is take a look at the rest of our lines here. Yeah, we can definitely reduce the amount of vehicles. I'm going to put that down to... let's try 4. If I can get this down to 4. I don't know if it's going to immediately update. Might have to put it down. There we go. Yeah, let's try 4. I do not want the regular blimps to show up. I don't know why it keeps injecting those in there. Alright, so this one's down to 4. That should help us out a little bit with our clogging. Okay, yeah, there's only a couple of these that are completely full. So I think we can lower this one down. Let's try 8. See if that's going to update at all. All blimps to 50%. You guys just like the number 50. Alright. Is this ever going to actually adjust the number of vehicles? Maybe they have to go through a whole cycle and then disappear. Alright, this is... okay, now it's going down to 10, I think. No, now it's back up to 11. Why is it doing this? 326%. Yeah, maybe that's why some of this stuff is just bonkers. I think we can leave that alone for a while. See what happens. But the thing I'm trying to prevent is... Okay, first of all, how dare you? Get out of here. No regular blimps allowed. It has to be little seals only. But I'm trying to prevent this bunching from occurring that is just really distracting to look at, and I think this mod does a better job of that. Okay, first of all, why do you exist? Stop it. Nobody cares. I do not want any regular blimps. And I wanted to turn the regular blimps off, but it wouldn't let me. Oh my god, there's 416 people at this one? Wow, I cannot believe... So they really all want to take the blimp from the college over somewhere else. Well, if they want to do that, that's fine. Did you see the asset? Yes, the bigger highways. I have actually had one of them for a while. And most of them are made by the same person, Cities by Diana on YouTube. And I think she does TikTok too. Very different kind of stuff from what I make, but I really, really love her stuff. I've been watching forever. But I've got... Please do not crash loading the road menu. That would be so embarrassing. But if this ever loads, I will show you the road asset that I've... There we go. She's got a highway making fun of, I guess, American transit policy. 72 lanes of freedom, which I think we might have briefly talked about. But I think she has another one that was 98 lanes or something. I don't know. This is 36 lanes on each side. It's not one way. But if you place this... Oh, this game is going to hate me. But, so if we go 40 units on a side, we can make like a whole... Oh, the lag is insane. Alright. So I'm going to try and demonstrate just how ridiculously stupid this is, so we understand that we don't need to do this. It's more of a political commentary than anything else. Oh my god, it's so glitchy. Like, look at these lane lines. Like, look at this. My God, that is abhorrent, is what that is. It is ridiculously dumb. Yes, I did say if it was possible I'd do it, and here we are. 72 lane peanut roundabout. Look, it has to have somewhere to go first. But yes, that is to demonstrate that I avoided destroying the what do you call these? The boulders. So all you balls can get off my balls. Highways in Myanmar. I don't think they're that bad. Demolish the poor people's houses. You know, actually, a lot of the land in this city is pretty high value. There's not too many poor people houses. If we take a look at our land value graph, which I have to remember where that is to access. Oh man, I hardly ever look at this stuff. Outside connections, transport, education, health, wind, pollution. That has to be crime, yep. Population, land value. Yeah, so really the lowest land value housing in here is probably our little farming community. And there's no reason to demolish their houses. They've not done anything. Of course, the airport has incredibly low land value because of all the noise pollution. But yeah, our city center, right? Like, these are very expensive houses. And our walkable city right here in the peanut roundabout is probably the highest land value in the entire map. Average land value 44, I guess simoleons is what we called it in SimCity. So I guess that's probably what that is per square meter. Give me the English units. I don't want metric. At any rate, we've done well. So we really don't have very many poor things or areas in the city. Step 1, create poor people houses. Step 2, demolish them. So you want me to build them just so I can tear them down? Sounds about right. Hofmeister, welcome. Yes. I was going to respond to your YouTube comment earlier, and then I completely forgot. I'm sorry, but yes. Not normal for me to stream on Mondays, but since I didn't do one yesterday, I figured, you know what? We'll do at least a couple hours tonight. Try and get some more stuff done. And say hi to everybody. Alright, let's see. Freedom units. I guess if you want to call them that. Still need to work on the other side of the peanut. Yes, so I actually had the idea that we could make this... I gotta move this fish market, first of all. It's a bad place for it. But I was going to try and extend the walkable community kind of in the middle of this. So we wouldn't generate any more vehicle traffic, but, you know, people are still going to want to live here. So I want to figure out a couple of interesting things to do there. But yes, the fish market needs to move. Needs to go somewhere else. I'm not entirely sure where it should go. Because this is, you know, a fishing area. But this is also kind of a big building to put in such a residential spot right there. So I kind of like the idea of having it kind of on the shore, but this is not a big enough area for us to put that in. So I think for right now, we're just going to kind of leave it alone. No, MP3, you've not heard me promise a short stream. I said a couple of hours. That is not a definitive we will or will not go any particular length. Devilish Fun, thanks for the $1.99. Appreciate you, friend. Should be doing a little bit more interesting stuff today. I also have not forgotten the prison island you guys want me to make. So we'll see what we can do about that. We got a couple options to do something interesting in that regard. I force all my citizens to take public transit. Man, that sounds like the fantasy world for me. Fish market is reducing the value of the peanut. Say no more. All right, so we're going to move the fish market because it's devaluing the peanut, the almighty peanut. But it still needs to be kind of somewhere that makes sense. And right now, there's not really anywhere to put them over here. We could put it over here by the college, but that doesn't make any sense. 2, that's just kind of a bad spot. It needs to be somewhere that's kind of accessible on some sort of a crossroads area. So if we put it here, we bulldoze a whole lot of expensive housing and offices. So let's probably not do that. But I do agree this needs to be moved. somewhere else. I think for right now, moving it over here is probably the better option. Not the easiest to get into right there, but once we have everything else built up a little bit more, I think that's going to work out nicely. It's still pretty close to the beach here and all of our fish farming needs. I've been in the NumTot Facebook group for probably about 6 years. So yes. Very, very deeply in... Oh, well, I'm not going to say I agree politically with all of their stuff, because some people are just kind of off their rocker. But I do like the idea of urbanism and building cities for people and not for cars. Gotta make a pier for the fish market. You know, we actually probably could, if we wanted to do a little bit of terraforming, we could have this kind of in this area. This asset is so huge. I wish it weren't so deep. Like if it were about half as deep, we could fit it right here, which would be really nice. Build crematorium / prison / waste island named Funland. Yeah, that's what I was referencing. We have a couple options for that. Low land value near the airport. So we could put right here. We could put right here, but this has already got a road network connected to it. So I'm kind of tempted to just stick that right about here because there's already space for it. Yeah, so we'll see. We might get to that a little bit later, but what I wanted to do is check back in on our blimps. Yeah, so they're doing unbunching, I think is what they call it. But I think the blimp lines are looking a little bit better. They're more full. The average fullness is increased. And there's not a ton of people waiting. There's 93 at this stop, which I think used to be a little bit worse. So if we come back to this one, yeah, this is so much better. Only having the 8 vehicles, we probably could even reduce it a little bit more. Although I don't know why, I do not know why we have the other blimps. I have those set to, you know, not do that. I want to remove this guy. Oh, it's not going to let me just get rid of this one? No. Permitted vehicle. Yes. There we go. So that should be the only blimp that comes in here. Don't know what NumTot is. Anyone want to explain? It is an acronym, Kurt, for New Urbanist Memes for Transit-Oriented Teens. It's like one of those Zoomer meme kind of things. But basically, it's people that are into the idea that cities are supposed to be designed for people and not for cars. So what in the world is happening here? So it's... Get out of here. People who like walkable areas, transit developments. Get out of here with these godforsaken normal blimps. No. Goodbye. I have no patience for you today. Cease and desist. I love that people have to wait outside the blimp in the heat next to the fish market. Yes, that is what we would call poor urban planning. To put vital transit next to what people would consider a nuisance land use. So, but hey, look, there's people waiting here. So, hey, they have the ability to choose whether or not they get on there, and they've chosen to get on there. It should be part of the prison colony. Well, that's not going to be a very accessible place for people to go buy fish. Microwave a fish in the blimp. No. Also, if you microwave fish in a shared microwave, then you might as well be a bioterrorist. Just stop it. Just dropped the kid off at wrestling camp. Perfect timing. Hey, Blaine, welcome. Got some more realistic train models. Nothing any actual like Class 1 freight railroads, but we do have actual North American style Looks like could be like an SD40 or something. But they're all generic stuff. So no more European style trains I don't understand. These ones make noise too, which is fun. We follow them around. I don't know where they sampled the horn from, but you can hear the everything going on. I thought it was cool. But we get to listen to fun train sounds. Always a good time. Yeah, just blow your horn while you're sitting there getting containers loaded. They'll love that. Why is the geothermal power plant on fire? What is happening here? What is this? Something has glitched, clearly. Because there's some sort of traffic happening here. How old am I? I am 31. I gotta find out what in the world is happening here. Which one of these is glitching so I can get rid of it? Alright, so now that the geothermal power plant is burnt to a crisp, the fire department arrives. I should build an underground blimp to the airport. Why is every single train engineer just blaring their horn at every second they get? That's like me playing Train Simulator. Okay, that might get a little annoying. Just add more lanes. Yeah, Lane Man. Lane Man, the world's worst superhero. Super villain, I guess you could say. Man, we got a lot of these freight trains coming in. So now I have to wonder if we're actually getting more freight traffic, or if they're oh so you're gonna face off. Okay, they're just chilling. Where in the world is the air? There it is. Because we haven't seen too many trains come down here, which I thought we would have more because we had all this storage right here. Hornet rest is to allow the engineer and brakeman know it's at a complete stop and brakes are set. Okay, well, I didn't know that. Very, very informative. Have you ever played a route on Train Simulator that you've actually ridden? No, because I live in the southeastern United States and we have absolutely no passenger rail outside of Amtrak. Crescent line that goes between New Orleans and I think New York on the far end. I rode that once when I was in middle school. We took a trip to D.C. for a some sort of government historical educational thing, and we rode the Crescent out of Atlanta. We were 8 hours late because the Amtrak shares tracks with the freight railroads, and scheduling predictably never goes in favor of Amtrak. But in California, I don't have it in Train Sim, but I've ridden the Pacific Surfliner, and I've done a couple of other shorter routes there. What in the world was that plopping sound that just happened on the stream here? Have an Amtrak stop in my town. Lucky you. 2 times a week. Okay, so you're somewhere that probably is serviced by one of the cross-country routes then. Oh my god. I'm not reading that one. Yeah, I think what is it? Southwest Chief, California Zephyr, Empire Builder, Texas Eagle, I don't think is like a super long distance one. There's a couple that are pretty much only a couple times a week service. 2.5 hours from DC by car. Okay, so are you talking about, there's a couple. Amtrak is much better in the Northeast because they have access to their own rail infrastructure and stuff that's been built up a little bit more. So I would love to have stuff come down here. It's just nobody wants to pay for anything, so it doesn't get funded. On the DC route, okay, so are you on the Cardinal, or are you on the Northeast Corridor, Northeast Regional, or something like that? There's a couple different ones that come up there. Charlottesville gets more stops. Okay, so Charlottesville, you would be on the Cardinal then, because that's a West Virginia. All the white blimps look like whales. Well, they're actually sea lions. That is it's some sort of Japanese mascot character named Srđan. Might be pronouncing that incorrectly, but that's why I got that, because it looked better than a regular blimp. Even though somehow somehow we have these terrible, regular, ugly blimps with advertising on them. I don't want advertising on my blimps. Go away. Stop it. Oh, you're right. Charlottesville is just regular Virginia, not West Virginia. Train Simulator has the MBTA Providence to Boston commuter rail that I take a lot. Played it more times than I should probably mention. So I've done... I have Train Sim World 3. There was like a Humble Bundle deal a month or two ago. And I picked it up. I think it was like $14, and it gave me a ton of different routes. So I've been playing, ironically, like the least exciting one probably to most people, the Long Island Railroad, going between New York Penn Station, Jamaica Bay, and all that stuff. It's like, oh, that's a fun one. I tried doing some of the freight stuff, Cajon Pass, but no. The dynamic brakes kicked my butt, and I kept crashing going downhill because the train would keep going too fast. Northline Amtrak has the right of way, and freight has to usually stop and wait. Yeah, on the Northeast Corridor, I know for sure that one. I think there's a couple other ones coming north out of New York, going up into Maine, and I think at one point they had one going into Canada. That was pretty heavily used. Are we going to evict the pores to build a giant peanut? Oh, man. I got to figure out why these regular blimps are spawning, because I keep trying to ban them. Like, stop it. I do not want to have regular blimps. Goodbye. Give me a regular sea lion cuddly blimp. So I don't know why. It used to let me just pick by default what would get spawned. But I guess with the other mod I've got now, it doesn't want me to do that. What if you delete all the blimp lines and redo them after they all get cleared and create the lines again? Oh, that sounds like a nightmare. Because, like, look at all this pink. That is, like, a lot. We might just have to deal with it. Reset the depots. The game is also kind of messing with me here. See, I had this set, and I thought it would let me do this. All right, so if I come back in here, maybe it's just something I have to manually do that I never paid attention to. Because I thought we had already... There we go. Maybe that's what it was. Well, we'll see if that helps. Frog blimps. Hey, if you find it on the workshop, I'll download it. I just don't think it exists. Delete all the lines, not the lines the blimp follows. Look, I just... Oh, now they're all regular blimps. All right, I might just have to just shoot all these blimps down. Why are you the way that you are? I hate everything about the way you choose to be. Oh, now these are all blimps. Regular blimps. Good. Oh, okay. All right. All right. No, I made a mistake. I'll fix it. We're good. It's all good. Happy thoughts. If frog blimps come into the game, I'll be a happy person. That would be fun. That'd be a nice change. Just need to get all these regular blimps with ads to go away. What events lead to the point where frog blimps are a normal thing? Your guess is as good as mine. I sincerely have no idea. Alright, I gotta put this on live chat. I don't think I've missed anything, but I don't want to get behind to the point where people are going to be like, oh, you didn't see what my message said. A compound meme? Yeah, that's understandable. Okay, so this must be the old blimps returning to the blimp depot to get replaced with our lovely cuddly friends. I'm more partial to the Man I Love Frogs acronym myself, but it is, in fact, a good meme. Alright, so let's see. What else I was also going to take a look at our train lines here to see if I can replace any of these commuters with something else. I think capacity-wise, yeah, we're actually way over capacity. We have too much capacity for the actual demand. So I'm not inclined to force them to go into some other type of train. But I do think it would be nice to take advantage of some of the other models that I've downloaded. I think for right now, though, we're probably fine. We got our little DMUs chugging along, doing their thing. The blimp is ran by a drunk. I sure hope not. That's not very safe. I think we have finally cleansed the sky of the ugly advertising blimps, which is, wait, what? Why was this one, like, across the road here? That doesn't make any sense. Okay, now we have this traffic is backing up. Yeah, see, this is exactly what was supposed to be prevented by having the anti-bunching turned on. But I think it could end up being something that the game just kind of has to let cycle in and out. I don't know, we'll see. I thought it was going to be fine. Yeah, unbunching in progress, which to me seems like just regular bunching with extra steps. Maybe it'll fix itself. Why are there so many blimps on one line? That's because I guess I had them all change types, so they're all going to come out of the depot if you look at the lines here. Pull this up. So the blimps have to come out of the depot and then rejoin the line. This is the first stop. So all of those were regular blimps. So what's going to happen is they're all going to line up, and then they're going to leave at a predetermined interval so they don't bunch later. But for the time being, it's going to look like they're all just in a line in the same spot. They got to work through it. Check out any videos on lane hierarchy. See, here's the thing. I've watched 1 billion of them, and it just doesn't seem like it's something that we're going to be able to reasonably do with all the transit stuff we've got here. Because my only other option here is to upgrade this to a 6-lane with a tram track in the middle, and that's just way too big of a road for this. Max speed 10 out of 50? No, I don't have, I guess if we go into here, maximum speed is 39 miles per hour. That is fast for a blimp. That is very fast for a blimp. I don't know how fast you want your blimps to be going, but these things are usually just powered by like a little tiny propeller at the back or something. You want a 200 mile per hour blimp? Are you sure? Please note the vehicles will not go beyond speed limits of the network they are utilizing. I don't know that I can actually, increase the speed of the blimps if it's hard-coded to have a separate speed. So actually, let's take a look at trains, because I want to know how fast it thinks the trains are going. Passenger trains. Nope. Get rid of the blimp. Yeah, so I don't know why. 93 miles per hour. These are all going to be able to go faster than 93 miles per hour. Okay, well, this little DMU, no, you're not going to go 90 miles an hour in one of those things. But the Acela Express, 186. No, they don't go that fast. We don't have track that lets them go that fast. I think the Acela train set is like maximum rated for like 160 miles an hour. But nowhere in the U.S. is there track that lets them go 160. There's part of the Northeast Corridor that lets them go 150. But I think the new train sets that they're, I think it's Alstom is building, can theoretically go 186, but the infrastructure here does not allow for it. Can you change acceleration? I can on the blimps if you so desire. And I'm just curious. Okay, 93 miles per hour for the electric commuter train. Okay, that's pretty fair. Siemens, is this a Charger? I think it is. Those can go about 150. That's what Brightline's using them for, but they have a different variant. Let's see. Northeast Corridor, 155. I know I have some other stuff in here. Yep. Little F40 PHs can't go that fast. 93 is real fast for those guys. Shinkansen, please do not crash on me. 107. Oh, you trolls. No, let's go way faster than that. No, let's go like 300 kilometers an hour, whatever that works out to. It was a different menu. Yeah, we'll get back to I'm now just looking at this because I'm getting engrossed about train facts. Blimps are like hovercraft. If you can see the tree, it's already too late. God. I've seen, I think, Conflict Nerd create regions and not select the road and puts them as old-time policy to not have trucks and use it as a pass-through. I've done that before. It ends up not working that great long-term because of the needs for businesses to have goods delivered. 186 is... What in the world are you driving that goes faster than 186 miles per hour? Anyway, I need to fix my Shinkansens here. They can definitely go faster than that, but I don't speak kilometers per hour conversion, so let's look it up. Top speed. Kilometers per hour divided by 8, all multiplied by 5. If my brain worked for mental math, then I would definitely do that. Okay. Just tell me the speed of this thing. In 700 series, Shinkansen goes up to, according to Wikipedia entry, 177 miles per hour in Tokaido, 186 in Sanyo. Okay. Well, we'll just meet them in the middle, say 180 miles per hour. Because those boys are fast. Okay, little DMUs. You're not taking this thing at 93 miles per hour. That's not happening either. 78 is probably still too fast. Yep, Charger and Midwest livery can stay at 155. Well, the network's not going to let them go any faster than like 100 anyway. I was on a train from New York to Providence one night and we hit 140. Okay, so you must have been on the Northeast Corridor then. Yeah, I think Providence is Providence on the Northeast Corridor? I don't remember. For American trains, yes, that is absurdly fast. There's maybe just a handful of places in the entire country that trains can go that fast. You guys and your blimps, I swear. To my knowledge, the only place in the United States that has trains that can go faster than 110 miles per hour would be, or passenger trains, would be the Northeast Corridor for Amtrak, which would be your Acela and your Northeast Regional, although I don't think those go too much faster than 100, except in small places. And then in Florida, Brightline has tested up to 150 miles per hour with their diesel-electric equipment. But I think that's only for part of the line, and it's, I think, only their dedicated right-of-way between Orlando and... Cocoa Beach, I think? Whatever. Would love to go ride those at some point, but then that means I have to go to Florida, so I might not. Anyway, let's actually accomplish something here. Take a look at our traffic here, because we have this kind of backing up here. And I thought we had fixed this before with our... Oh, did it just undo all this? I thought I had this set before... Maybe we don't need the bus-only lane. I don't think we need the bus-only lane anymore. So if we were to put this back to a regular 3-lane highway... Yeah, now that we have our bus lane isn't really necessary anymore, let's just turn this back to a regular highway. Oh, it's not going to let me unless I anarchy mode again. There we go. That ought to help traffic a little bit, so they can have a little bit more room to spread out. Theoretically, we'll see. I think part of it could also just be standard bunching up at intersections because people can't decide where they want to go. What is traffic flow? Traffic flow currently is 64%, probably mostly because of this. And then we have this right here is always kind of bad. I probably should redo this. Okay, found our problem. It's all of these farmers trying to move stuff around. I'm not entirely sure what their goal is here. Seems like everyone is trying to get to freight terminals, but there's no traffic here. And there's no traffic here. The big ships are back, by the way. They don't clip through the ground because this is in a much better location. Those look so much better than the stock, like, actual game assets. A much, much better looking thing. Never been over 90 in a train. Me either. I think fastest I would have ever gone in a train would have been, I guess, probably the Crescent when I went to DC, and I don't think that route ever goes over 80. Or didn't back then, at least. I don't think I need Biffa to fix the traffic. I just need to be smart about how stuff is connected. Because all the problems we have with traffic backing up are because there's no other way for people to get around. Remember, we were going to connect this all the way over here. We just never did because we ran out of time. I had to go do other stuff. And here is really not that bad in the grand scheme of things once everything else is taken care of. The reason this is backing up is because this is backing up. And that's backing up because people are behind the bus. And the bus is here because we were trying to fix a problem that doesn't really exist anymore. We have way too many vehicles, and they're all bunching up. We have 18 vehicles. This can probably go down easily to, like, we'll start with 14. Because that's how you can cause a lot of traffic problems if you have way too many vehicles for the mode of transit that you're actually using here. So get me the line that this is attached to. That's articulated bus. You're not going to tell... Oh, it's returning to the depot. Okay, that's why. Because I know there are a couple of other lines that all go up and down this street. And if they all have to stop, like, right after each other, right here at the corner, that's going to cause a lot of traffic backup. All right, this line has 21 vehicles. Yeah, no, we do not need 21 vehicles. Let's go down to 15. Start there and see how that helps. Still only one entrance, yes. That was the issue. We have to fix that. Bright Line, when will first passenger Orlando open? I'm not sure. All I know about the project is from watching the, I think his name is Roaming Railfan, has been doing construction videos with drone shots and stuff. So I haven't actually been keeping up with what the company themselves have been saying. But I think it's supposed to be soon. They just, a couple weeks ago, had their ceremony. It's not a golden spike because the track was already there, but you know what I'm getting at. So they should be, hopefully, doing service soon. The city can't go bankrupt because I have infinite money turned on. Nice try, though. If it's red but has a flow traffic, isn't that bad? Yes, you're correct. So all these areas that are red, as long as it's not continuously backed up, then it's really not that big of a problem. These buildings are red because they're generating a lot of traffic. They have people wanting to go there. So if we have more parking available, then that can help ease that. Because you notice the parking areas are all... Oh, the school's on fire. Okay. Well, maybe don't do that. Well, there's like 3 fire engines, so they should be okay soon. Might not need a bus stop since there's a trolley. Yeah, so the thing I was using the buses for, if we follow this guy, the buses were to relieve the blimps of capacity issues. In real life, you would not have bus service be your arterial transit between these two areas. Buses are really most useful, if your city's designed intelligently, buses are most useful for local connectivity. You'd have throughway buses that would go between population centers, but you wouldn't really use them like this. You'd have stops every couple blocks. And a bunch of lines that don't really go a super long way, but will connect different parts of one area. So really, this line probably doesn't need to be here, especially because we have the subway. So if we were to get rid of the bus entirely, this one route, because I think that route pretty much only does like between here and here. What we would want to do is have a bus that just kind of connects this entire area together. Moves around here and then, please do not crash, different directions. And then have stuff higher capacity or different modes to connect areas, like the blimps or the subway or the commuter rail we have going here, which I think we want to extend eventually. Oh, we still have this thing here, down to this new farming area. And we do have a passenger train connecting to the airport by way of all of this. Like, this is just a big, long route. But yeah, buses are not designed to be used like this. We were just using them like that because we had capacity problems. So if we were to get rid of that route, probably would actually improve traffic, theoretically. Although, honestly, right now it's not that bad. Turning into city planner place? No, I do not have a degree in urban planning or really anything like that. But I do like to think about how stuff like that works. Wait, it wasn't a joke. Shouldn't infinite money have an infinity sign? Yes, if I had started the game with infinite money, but I did not start the game with infinite money. I just have a mod that every time it gets below $50,000 gives me an extra 5 million. Because I originally started trying to do this as a legitimate play the game and unlock stuff, but that got really boring trying to keep up with all that. Should build a bike lane between your highway. Would be surprised how far people would cycle. Yeah, except if you're riding a bike, would you want to ride 5 feet from people going 80 miles an hour? That's really not a very good environment for a bicyclist. Even if that is theoretically a good use of median space, it's terrible air quality. You have exhaust and tire particulates in the air. Median space is probably much better used for something like a train, which is what we've done up here. And what Brightline is doing to go between Las Vegas and quote-unquote Los Angeles, even though it's like 30 miles away from LA proper. So that actually would not be a bad idea to have commuter rail coming down this way. That might be something we eventually put in. I just have to figure out a way to get stations to go above the highway without looking completely jank. Then maybe we'll take a look at that. A lot of places don't care what the degree is in as long as you have one. They train you into it, yes. Although for certain disciplines, they definitely want you to have either a degree in or significant work experience in the field. Someone's shooting fireworks. What are you talking about? I haven't seen any fireworks. Do one of those solar panel bikeways. That seems like an interesting idea. I don't have that asset in the game. I don't even know if it exists. That would be interesting to look at for sure. Oh, outside your house. I think you were talking about in the game. Like, I know some areas in the game, like if you have this archway right here, counts as a landmark. So every time... Oh, man, this game's going to crash on me, isn't it? Every time you zoom in, there's people just standing here taking pictures, and they'll be applauding and stuff every once in a while. So I would sit here last week when I was messing with different assets that I'd added into the game. If I was following the train around, every single time the train passed right here, they go, woo! So either they're cheering for the train or they're cheering for architecture or something. I don't really know what that's about. Yeah, we got to get some more students up here. But I digress. What if the interchange is a cloverleaf? Don't have room for a cloverleaf. This is an urban freeway, or it's supposed to be, based on how this is all set up. So in the middle of a city, you're not going to see a cloverleaf unless it's an area that they decided was not valuable enough in terms of land use to preserve space. So, for example, in Atlanta, there's a interchange between I-85 and I-75, which have joined to create one freeway at that point, in Interstate 20, that in the 1950s, 1960s, they bulldozed a bunch of minority neighborhoods to build. And that is an interesting topic to get into about politics and urban planning and design and stuff that tends to make some people very angry for different reasons, justified or unjustified. But the original thing I was trying to do is fix the traffic here. So let's take another look-see about what is happening I think the issue is we have just too many people trying to get into one spot. So they need to have different ways of getting around places, which means this needs to connect probably way down here, honestly. And then we need to have more development along the highway so people are not required to get to this one exact spot to go anywhere. I do not have, excuse me, I do not have the Natural Disasters DLC. That's the one that lets you do meteors and floods and everything. Looking forward to the story-based videos. I am trying so hard to come up with stuff for those. It takes forever. And that is actually why I'm even doing the City Skylines stream in the first place. Because I've got ideas. I know exactly what I want stuff to look like. And I know like the kind of things that I want to do with those. But I'm just not that good at the game. So I gotta do the research and messing around and figuring stuff out. And that's what these are. So congrats, you're all guinea pigs. Husband watches those farm simulator videos that have whole roleplay stories. Man, it's wild what people are able to do with stuff like that. I think, I don't know, Josh is probably still here. Checked in earlier at the start of the stream, but I know he's playing a bunch of farm sim with excruciating detail mods, which drives me insane thinking about how difficult that game already is supposed to be. But people are really creative. I've always wanted to be someone who's able to tell stories like that. The problem is I can't ever really string a bunch of narratives together. It's always a difficult thing to try and make a coherent story across a long period of time or with different characters and stuff. And I think that's something City Planner Plays does a really, really good job with, making up all his different landowners and politicians and stuff in all the different series that he does. I always thought that was cool. So probably not going to see too much of that kind of thing for me, but I do really like the idea of explaining forces that are at work behind different planning decisions and policy disagreements and like the reason that compromises are made when you build something like a city or you do different development projects or talk about how funding is allocated for public works or investing in different things. It's just very, very fascinating. It always kind of has been. But I'm not the most creative person when it comes to world building, so that's been something I've kind of struggled with a lot. Ah, yes, here he is. All the difficulty mods. I have to manually attach my PTOs, hydraulics, and actually pump my own petrol. That sounds excruciating, but knowing you, that's exactly what you want, so I'm glad you're able to have fun with that. Maybe another road on the other side of the park parallel to the main road might help. You're talking about right here? In this little alleyway right here. I think that would be too close for the intersections. Actually, I wanted to get rid of this node right here. So we might end up moving the old Market Street to be down here instead. Because anytime you have an intersection, it's going to cause traffic to back up. See right here, they're not filling this. They're treating this as a separate intersection, even though there's not a light here, because you have the crosswalks. So if we were to move this, well, first of all, I guess I'd have to build another road down here to connect it to. But I think that might actually be better to stick it over here and then up here maybe do something different. Is there space to connect a 50-lane peanut about to the Eternity Historic District? I mean, if you wanted to get rid of everything in here, maybe. Exits too short, high-capacity highways funneled into a standard crossing before traffic can fade out. You're probably right. In the grand scheme of things, this is a very short exit ramp. And the way that this is set up does not allow traffic to filter through. But again, a lot of this is probably solvable by just, you know, having more than one exit. So, I don't know that I can really make this much longer without intruding into some other space we want to be using. They just need other options. If I made it any longer, I couldn't put another exit here, but I don't think I'd want to put another exit here. Nor would I really be able to, because this is coming in off of the bridge. There would have to be some sort of an interchange kind of like this. But you're not going to see this in the middle of a city, again, unless that the land that you're going to, shall we say, acquire for that is taken from people who have no socioeconomic means to stop you. Which Atlanta almost had another freeway come through. I don't know if anyone has ever been there. There's a part of town, downtown, where the freeway that goes north-south, I'm making hand motions none of you can see because I don't have a camera, but they call it the Grady Curve because there's a hospital named after a guy who was named Grady right there, and they built the road to go around the hospital and around that part of downtown. And right at the, kind of like the apex of that, there's a stub for a highway that they later turned into a, just like a regular, like, street, but it was originally supposed to be part of a freeway. But the reason it wasn't built is that in the 60s and 70s, wealthy landowners in a certain part of, I guess you could say, I don't know, east of Midtown, got together and said, hey, you're not going to bulldoze our homes and businesses for this. And because they actually had the political capital to oppose it, were successful, and now there's not a freeway there. There's a whole bunch of information on that if you want to look up the Atlanta Freeway Revolts. It's interesting stuff. And then, of course, the freeways ended up getting built in minority and poor areas, which seems to be a very common theme in the American South. But I digress. More exits would help if they would provide shorter routes. Yes. So I would like to find a way to have another exit connect maybe here. It's just the geography here is really not in our favor for that. It would probably end up having to be just an on and off, and only for northbound, but that wouldn't really solve too many problems. The other issue you run into is if you have exits that are too close together, the traffic that is entering the freeway and exiting at the next exit get intermingled, and it causes a lot of terrible traffic. There's a couple spots in Atlanta that are like that, where there's terrible, horrible, like actually like horrifying accidents happen because people are going 60, 70 miles an hour and they don't know what lane they're supposed to be in. So, all right, just go 5 lanes over to the other side of the road and there you go. All of a sudden there's a huge pile up and people die. And like, yeah, you probably want to avoid that. Old Market could be moved to opposite the zoo. That actually might not be a bad spot for it. Let's see if I can get this to line up nicely here. If I put that right there, that actually doesn't look that bad. I think we're going to want to maybe reorient how this road is set up. That could be an interesting future project. Terraforming here isn't exactly on our side. So let's raise this up a tiny bit. Oh, my computer is chugging so hard. I cannot wait to have extra RAM. Yeah, if we get rid of that, that gets rid of our... No, well, I guess it doesn't technically get rid of it. There doesn't need to be a node here. So if I... is that network multi-tool? Oh, yeah, look at that! Oh, no, now I gotta fix the road. Alright, hold on, that's a 6-lane. Which 6-lane? It's got the, what do you call it in there? Trolley bus wires. I can't remember which road network this is. Anyway, this does need to turn into a viaduct. But that should help. Should help traffic just a little bit. Have you ever been... I'm probably going to butcher the pronunciation. Named a moon market? Yes. I used to go... I lived... I'm not going to tell you exactly where, but I used to live relatively close to one, and we'd go there sometimes. Good prices on stuff. And if there's not more than one location, then I guess you have an idea of where I used to live, but I don't live there anymore. I haven't for several years. Crossing afterward comes too early. Cars have to slow down. Are you talking about, like right here over the highway? Or are you talking about right here? Because this isn't really that... I don't think that's too close. The game has a poor sense of scale for these things. But this is probably pretty typical of a freeway exit going into a major town center area, at least from my experience. The bridge. Okay, yeah, so what you're saying is this is not wide enough, and there's crossover problems. This is why you have things like diverging diamonds and spuies, which if you're not familiar, I highly encourage you to look up videos on those. I think Road Guy Rob's done a couple that are really good. I want to say City Planner Plays has covered those at least once or twice. I do not know how to build one in game, or this would be a great place for one. Build an off-ramp for northbound. Alright, so if we were to do that, then... see, the problem is the way this geography is set up is really not conducive to that working super well. But I really want to. I want to extend that. I need to... do I have... I thought I had one of these that was a grabber, so I could figure out exactly what kind of thing this was. This is scaring me. What asset is this? I think it's this one. Yes. So what I was trying to do is I was going to bring this all the way out here and then have it go up and over like this. I need to fix that. This is a different type of thing. But we could have a one-way off, one-way on thing here. But the issue we're going to run into is traffic bunching and lane switching madness in between these two exits, which is why you'll have in a lot of suburban areas, particularly in Texas, you'll see this a lot. They'll have frontage roads where it just goes next to the freeway for miles and miles and miles, and they just have individual slip lanes every so often so you can get on or off as you need without having an actual exit. It's not in, talking about the market again. Not in Atlanta proper, so I guess there are no good places in Atlanta. Buford Highway Farmers Market. I think... well, I guess that's not Atlanta proper either. The Cab Farmers Market's really good. But yes, that specific location that I think we're both talking about is not in Atlanta proper. It's outside of I-285. But there's a few. Kind of hard to come by depending on what you're looking at. But the Cab Farmers Market's always the one that pretty much everybody rants and raves about. There's a show about the are you talking about Rhode Island? Irish mob called Brotherhood that had a storyline about the actual fight between the rich east side and the poor south side, where part of I-95 and I-195 would go. I actually just watched a video, well, this is not completely related, but about, was it Merritt Parkway in Connecticut? Like the predecessor to the modern freeway. Very, very interesting stuff about road routing and prioritization for which traffic uses and everything. I'm just a giant nerd, so I love stuff like that. RAM, are you adding or having to remove and install larger? I bought an identical memory kit to the one that I originally installed in 2020. So it's completely matched, all good to go. I don't have to buy 64 gigs at one time. I just bought another two 16 gig sticks. So I will have 4 6 of RAM, 64, significantly cheaper than just buying 2 new 32 gig sticks. And I just figured, it would be nice to just have matching stuff. Because whenever you upgrade memory in your computer, you really, really want to make sure that you're matching your latency and your timings and everything. Or else it can cause problems for you. I mean, not automatically cause problems, but it's better to be safe than sorry. Do you have no controller? Widening radius could help making crossing on the exit more effective. I do have network multi-tool and intersection marking tool. That's not the same thing. I admittedly do not know how to use any of the stuff in the network multi-tool except the stuff that I've already messed with. But I know it's very, very powerful. I just have not messed too much with it. Union nodes, parallel modes, all that stuff. Oh, sorry I missed you saying goodbye, Kurt. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you. Hey, Skrymer U. Old highways. Are you still talking about the farmers market and stuff? Near Cherry Hill. Oh, I gotta admit, I do not know where that is. What is the upgrade to Diverging Diamond called that does away with the intersections by one direction overpasses the opposite direction? I don't know. I know I can envision the thing you're talking about, but I do not know what the actual name is for it. In Baton Rouge in Louisiana, they're adding an extra lane to the part of the interstate that runs through the city. It will be closed, so traffic will have to go through local roads. Oh, it's going to be awful. Good luck. That's really going to be terrible. Every single time any sort of a major highway realignment or work is done inside of a city, it's just unbearably bad. All right, so this is, oh my god. Okay, this is only getting worse because all these people want to be in the same lane. So I have to wonder, did we miss a setting when I updated things? Traffic manager? I don't want German road speed signs. No, give me US signs. Simulation accuracy very high. Okay. Dynamic lane selections turned on. I don't know. Vehicle restrictions aggression. Yeah, that should definitely be strict. Ban private cars and trucks on bus lanes. Yep. Turn at traffic lights. I don't know what else we can really mess with here. Unless something else got messed up. Improve public transport. Why is this not going to let me hit miles per hour? All right, whatever. I think this is mostly just for mass transit, though. Huh. Truthfully, I do not know why they are doing this. They just need some better options. I don't think it's a spooey. I think, because that's different. The spooey has everything go through a single point. That's why it's called a spooey. That's what it stands for. Single point urban interchange. So that would not have grade separated directions of travel. They'd all go through the exact same point with the one traffic light. Plus you get to run a dual channel talking about the RAM. Yes. Although I don't know if the X570 chipset is more inclined to run 4 sticks versus 2. I've heard conflicting things. Oh, parallel roads. Okay, never mind. I thought you were talking about something else. I'm sorry. I'm not building an inverted diamond. Diverging diamond is the term you're looking for. And no, because I am going to have to take like 2 hours to do that. And I'm not going to subject you to that on stream, even though we spent most of this stream just kind of having static shots of everything while I try to talk about different urban planning things. But I digress. I need to fix this to be elevated. I need to figure out what road this is. I think it's this one. So maybe I actually want the one without the median. If I update... Oh, that has bike lanes. Hold on, I don't want that. I like bike lanes. I don't need them. So that must be... That's what it is. Alright, that's fixed. This shouldn't be another node here, but it's going to treat it like one unless I delete it. Oh, you stupid thing. Alright, let's... Oh, this is lagging so bad. There we go. So maybe that will help clear out some stuff. I don't know if the traffic lights got turned off. Timed traffic lights. Aha, this one is not timed. Oh god, I don't know how to do this anymore. Because this select nodes thing just buries... There we go. Control click, quick setup. There we go. Alright, and these two need to be synchronized. Actually, probably these 3. But I don't remember how to do that. So we'll just leave it alone, see what happens. Put it on turbo speed, and see if this unclogs at all for a second here. All right, what else have I missed? When you did the highway, did you force everyone in the same lane? I don't think so. All I have right here is, because this is a 3-lane going across to a 2-lane, I have a cut through for those guys, but I don't have any lane controls on this entire thing because we redid it. I don't even think coming up here. No, none of those are controlled. I just have this right here to force them to turn into certain lanes. So we really shouldn't be having any problems with lane control. Right here, I do have this set up so that people will stop clogging all the through traffic, which seems to have helped a little bit. But I hear the building's upgrading, which means something is good. Something is going well. This, unfortunately, does not seem to be one of those things. So what we're going to need to do is upgrade this to a 4-lane. Sidewalks, I want one with a bike lane. 4-lane with bike lanes. This one has trees, decorative trees and bike lanes. I like that. So let's, we're going to have to move our other stuff back. But let's just make this 4 lanes. That should help traffic throughput here. And then turn off anarchy mode. Come on. Give me one good spot here. That should, yeah, it looks a little better. Improve throughput there. Looking good. Why would buses ignore lane arrows? To turn at intersections where other vehicles are not supposed to, I believe is what that's for. Okay, and then you got it in the next comment. Yep. I would create just an exit of the highway northbound and an entrance southbound to not cause a car collision. So you're talking about these 2 roads right here having this be an entrance only and this be an exit only? That might actually work. And there are places in cities where they will do that, to where you can't have all traffic going through specific spots. But the issue with doing that, we'll probably end up doing that, but the issue that causes other problems in your city traffic right here, because instead of people going through here to get to here, they're going to have to come all up this road. So you really have to have a robust surface street structure to make that work. Pedestrians could be walking on the bridge, causing traffic to slow down. I don't think that's the issue. And there really shouldn't be any pedestrians walking here because there's nowhere for them to go. There's no destination on the other side. Also, in real life, drivers absolutely will run people over to get where they want to go. Why have you forced cars which are leaving the highway to go back on the highway near the metro hub? Are you talking about lane management? Because I don't think I have actually done that here. Yeah, I don't have any lines here. Unless you're talking about no, that all cleared itself. I just have this one. I can't click the node for some reason. Right here, this is because this is a 3-lane and this is a 2-lane. I probably shouldn't have this, so if I just get rid of that, I really don't think it's going to matter. Because when this was regular highway before I did the custom, I guess more realistic asset, these had lane arrows. So now you still have people trying to go straight through, which is dumb. Why would you get off just to go back on? But some people just want to do that, I guess. Depending on your specific motherboard, actual circuit topology may like 2 or 4 sticks better. Most X570 are daisy chained and prefer 2 sticks. For your needs, which is just more capacity, it won't matter. Yeah, I have, oh man, what is it? It's an Asus something or other. I know it's the X570 chipset. It was not an expensive board. I think I paid like $180 for it in 2020, so it's one of those tough gaming or whatever. It's not by any means a high-end component. But it's done well. Yeah, I'm probably not going to get very close to 64 gigs unless I'm playing this game. I just was tired of stuff crashing. Figured, you know what, if I'm going to upgrade, I might as well. It's on sale, got a pretty good deal. Alright, now we're talking about spuies and stuff again. One I'm thinking of has 0 interchange, traffic merges, splits, or bridges over, but looks just like Diverging Diamond, except the 2 interchanges get a bridge crossing north-south traffic. I'm sure if I saw a picture of it, I could probably tell you what it was, or at least understand a little bit better. Unfortunately, I'm a very visual learning type of person. So text descriptions don't always make the most sense to me. Cars would be designed to take the fastest route. The speed limit on the highway should be higher than those on the main roads. Yes, absolutely. And this is something that I think I've had to fix a couple times. Because these highways don't have a... Wait, why do they not have a speed limit at all? They're supposed to. See, these guys sit... Why is this set to 60? That's not supposed to be that fast. That is way too fast. Oh, why is it in kilometers? Okay, miles per hour, that's much, much better. 35 is a very appropriate speed for like an urban 6-lane road like this. That means the highway is 75. Yep, that makes sense. Although in a city, you probably would see this go down to 55 or 60. Yeah, 75. I'm pretty sure I set these to 75. Okay, this road being 55 is probably fine. This is 35 is better. Going into the roundabout is 40. That probably would not be that fast, but I was tired of watching cars bunch up there. This 35 probably could be faster, but we don't have traffic back up here. Look at all these trucks, though. I just want to make sure all of this is set up kind of making sense. 60. Okay, these guys need to be 75. These rural highways, that's what you would see. It'd be 75 miles an hour. So if you can incentivize traffic to use, like you're saying, these other roads, that can solve a lot of traffic problems. And I think City Skylines 2 is going to be a lot better at that with the prioritization of stuff. They've already talked about in some of the dev diaries where you have different classes of citizens. And by classes, I mean like teenagers, adults, and senior citizens will have different priorities for how they choose which modes of transit they're going to use. And teenagers are going to prefer the cheapest because they don't have any money. Adults are going to prefer the fastest because they have money but they don't have time. And senior citizens are going to prefer comfort, as I believe what they've officially said. So this is still 60. That should be 75. That should be 75. This should also be 75. Well, realistically, in a suburban thing, it would not be 75, but I don't particularly care to have traffic problems, so we're just going to set the 75 and say good enough. Plus, that's about how fast people drive anyway, because people don't really like concept of speed limits. That's why that's the joke in Atlanta, is that whatever the number of the highway is, that's what the speed limit is. So you have I-75, I-85, and then the ring road, I-285. It's just a NASCAR track. Box blocking people, yeah. Such a pain. There is a node that makes the cars on that exit turn right into the rightmost lane. Are you sure? So right now I got nothing going on here. Unless you're talking about lane arrows, in which case, I mean, this is just normal lane arrow stuff. Oh, so you're saying you want to add, okay. I see what you're getting at. This is what I should have been doing this whole time, was fixing the lane arrows to make it so we get more traffic volume at one time. Okay. I am sorry it took me that long to figure that out. Not always the brightest when it comes to stuff like this. I do apologize. So that ought to help, hopefully. Why is this main menu thing stuck here? Do I have to just click something else, or is that stuck there forever? There we go. So we'll see if that helps. I'm not super optimistic that it will, but it should do something. Why would you want lane 2 and 3 to be straight on? Are you talking about here? No good reason. I don't know. I guess they just want to do that. But that does seem to have solved most of the problems here. It's so hilarious to me how they will all get in this single file line. I mean, in real life, you'd have people coming all the way up here and then, like, swerving in at the last minute to get in front of somebody else. I guess they have perfected the zipper merge, which is something that is completely alien to Americans. Very smart idea for traffic control, but people want to be selfish, so they're not going to do it. Now they're all funneling into the middle lane. Well, seems to be mostly fine. But we can take a look at this. Right, so that is going to be... I just have to enable straight on and that one. There we go. Maybe that'll help. Oh, now we have traffic jam. Somebody got a little overeager. Okay, there we go. That might have been the ticket. Because there's no way for them to actually change lanes until they get past this intersection. So if they can all funnel into each of these 3 right here, that might end up being a lot better. Hate when people turn right on red from the second lane. Yeah, that's not legal. That's super illegal, at least where I live. Right turn on red is not legal everywhere, which may or may not have found out the fun way. But it's a really, I mean, okay, if you're in the UK or some other country that drives on the other side of the road, then it would be left on red. But it's a very smart idea to help relieve traffic back up at intersections. Maybe not letting them enter the highways from the bridge. Well, that's the only way they can get in there. So how else would you propose that people get on the highway from the bridge? Because they're also going to use this as a turnaround, which actually solves more traffic than it causes if you allow that, because if not, they have to drive all the way over here, clog up the surface streets to get back up there. Just called running a red light. Well, in the state of Georgia, it's legal. I know in a lot of California, it's not. Crossing traffic enters the highway. Well, then if they want to just get back on the highway, they're just going to clog up the city streets again. If you give them the option, it's probably better. Turning left into the highway, yeah, that's turning around this way. There are going to be people that are going to do that. And of course, now I'm not going to be able to find one, I'm sure, now that I'm actually clicking on this. Okay, so nobody actually wants to, based off of the traffic flow map here. So somebody here is trying to turn around and go that way on the bridge. And they will do that because there's really not any other option to. There's no exits. So they're going to have to turn around somewhere. But other interchange designs will have solutions for that. There's something, I don't know what the actual term is for it, but the common slang term is called a Texas turnaround, where the interstate crosses over the surface streets, and you'll actually have a ramp that goes from here, does not touch the actual cross street, but it comes parallel to this and comes back down, so you can just have continuous flow to go back the other way without entering the surface streets. And that is a very, I'm not going to say it's a very smart idea, but it's an improvement over people that have to cross traffic to deal with that stuff. I think Cities by Diana has done a video on those. I could not tell you when. You see what's happening on that exit? They aren't using the rightmost lane. They should be, though. I wonder if that's because... Please do not crash. Because we have this... I have it set... Oh, okay. This is probably what's... They're trying to stay in the same lane relative to whatever. So if I turned that into allowing left turns from all 3 lanes... I wonder why they do that, because I don't have individual lane restrictions, I just have the turn arrows. That's weird. Okay, because you'll see these guys. Okay, he wants to turn that way. But then he comes in. I wonder why it does that, because normally that would have been something that I would have set up with these lane restrictions, but I haven't done that. Other side, okay. So you're talking about... Hold on. The game does not like me right now. So this is right turn only. Yeah, so they don't come in... There should be nodes here. Oh, I took away the nodes. That's why, because they don't want to turn right here. That's probably a... Okay, so I'll tell you what. We're going to add a node. Because I should not have gotten rid of them in the first place. Ah, yes, an error occurred. Well, please do not crash. Nicholas Duarte, hello, welcome. We're having a fun time failing to understand city skylines traffic mechanics. But welcome nonetheless. So yeah, so I think the issue with that is people are not wanting to stay in this lane because it's probably, yeah, it's right turn only. Which probably doesn't need to be a thing. It probably should be a straight through as well. So I'll turn that back on. And then I think that might end up helping. There we go. Look at him go. Understand peanuts and blimp? Yes. So it has been a very frustrating stream for you with neither of those things. Although we did look at blimps before. Now I do want to inspect our blimps real quick. Yeah, passenger counts have declined substantially. But they are pretty full, so I think that is still going well. Got a lot of people here. We have this one stop that's 155. Which one is that? Okay, that's at the college. So what that means is the college really needs some sort of other transit. Which I thought would be served by the train, but the train, I guess, doesn't go everywhere people want to go. Left on red, one way only is the thing. Yes, there's a couple places in Atlanta that allow that from a one-way to a one-way. I think we need to get bus usage over 1,000. Yeah, it's actually super low because we haven't really messed with it too much. We have the downtown loop counterclockwise and clockwise, which is these guys right here. Not really being used that much. Well, this one kind of is. East Side Express, West Side Express. So the East Side Express bus line. Oh, I just want to look at bus lines. But I believe that was... I guess I'll just click on this again. East Side Express comes in from our mass transit area. Excuse me, the yellow buses coming down here. And then they come along this road to connect to... Oh, I'm looking at the wrong... That's the return leg. It goes down the highway? Does it? You know what? We're just going to follow a bus. And we're going to find out what they do. Come on, let me click on this. Alright. So this is our articulated bus. Catch on with the thing. So let's find out exactly where they go. There we go. Now we can actually see. So I believe what that was to send it over to our beachside suburb. Cooked a couple burgers, so not frustrating at all. That sounds nice. Imagine taking a dirigible to college every day. Hey, if that was an option, I'd do it. They don't fill them with hydrogen anymore. Okay, so this one gets on the highway. Okay, so they all follow the same path. That is why I put the bus lane in, but we ended up not needing it. So I think, yeah, they get off here. It's pretty bad, huh? I put the bus lines in and I don't even remember where they go. But they'll come along here, and then I think, yeah, they've got to stop right here. by our walkable district, but now they're caught in traffic. Because for some reason, they can't get over to the other lane. I don't know why. Maybe it's because the bus lane doesn't exist yet here? That's probably what it is. Yeah, 45,000 people should be about 2,000 bus riders. Yeah, probably, but keep in mind we also have a lot of other transit options that a city of 45,000 people would probably never actually have in real life. I think Meatball would be allowed on board. That depends on how cool the bus driver is. So now we have an issue with roundabout traffic. Kind of. We also have probably way too many buses on this line, although this one is full, so I imagine it probably actually needs this many. We just have problems with bunching. Because I'm very curious to see just how long it takes us to get all the way back around. Oh, you're talking about blimps and not buses. I'm sorry, I was in bus mode. Well, you probably couldn't take them on a plane, but I think blimps are a different story. So we're going to have to take a look at our lane assignments, because that semi-truck should not be stopped in the roundabout here. A road overpass. Well, that defeats the purpose of having the peanut roundabout in the first place. I think once we get through here should be okay, just arterial road stuff. Now, if I was smart, I would have had to stop right there at that metro station. But I didn't. Imagine riding the bus for a week just to get what you want. Yeah, that's called Atlanta. Buses are very difficult to use if you're in certain parts of the city. That's why I never did it. Train was pretty good, though. If the stations were where you wanted to be. Alright, so that stops there. And then it turns up through this neighborhood here. Then I think it comes out the other side. Does it have another stop in here? I just genuinely don't remember. Okay, there is one up here. Right by the metro station. So I think our bus problems are more that we just don't have routes that make sense. This is way too long of a route. I have no idea how to pronounce either of those. Sorry. Okay, now we're on the return route, so it only has a couple stops on the other side. And that is something that would be better served as a metro or a train. Just injecting a bunch of traffic for pretty much no reason. Yeah, so now it's in an actual bus lane. I think. Maybe. And that'll come back. Yeah, I think we can safely get rid of that now that we have the metro in place. It's probably both of these long-distance bus lines should be replaced with metro. So I think we're going to go with some shorter, more local bus routes with smaller buses that are not all articulated. And see what happens in there. Alright, so I'm glad we took a look at that, because now this is... get out of here. It's very obvious that we've done some poor transit planning. Let's take a look at our metro. So we have metro coming all the way from up here down to here. This is also going up this way. Then we have this yellow line that comes up all the way through here. So there's actually pretty good connectivity. We just don't have the college, and it doesn't connect to the airport. So that's something that we could easily do. Build another line that connects to the airport. Probably just have that be the only stop, honestly, between this central area and the airport. And then maybe take this green line here and just extend that to come out this way and meet up at the college over here. College needs a zoo. I don't know if I can build one in that small of a space. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. Let's go underground. Let's connect the airport to the main area. I don't think the airport's really getting that much of use anyway. Let's turn on here. Go 20 units. There we go. And then we'll just have this connect. Now, why is that doing that to me? No, 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 no. No, I'm going to make an actual turn. Let's see. 30 units that way, 30 units this way. Slope too steep, cannot build on water. What if I, there we go. Minus 36, okay. That's fine. Devilish, were you not here when we made Cat Paw Point? I thought you were. That's going to become a park at some point. We just have to get to that point. Alright, so let's, get this up here. Okay, I thought that was you saying that you had never seen that before. Like, somehow I don't believe you. Because I feel like you were definitely here for that. Alright, okay, that's overland. Don't want that. So why does that say the slope is too steep? So, okay, so maybe it doesn't like this being here. So I wonder what the deal is with that being an issue. Well, at any rate, nobody's ever going to look at these, so they don't really need to be straight, but what do I care? I'm going to... Actually, we could have this connect with this blue line, actually. Come straight through here. Minus 12. Can I get this to come over this way in a way that makes sense? I'm just kind of rambling at this point, honestly. Alright, 21. How close am I to this, and can I... Oh, that was scary. Can I get this to actually play nice? Man, this sound is so annoying. Okay, so this should connect if it were playing nicely here. Space already occupied, slope too steep, cannot build on water. What if I anarchy it and then make sure it didn't break up above ground? Oh. Okay. Well, that's a problem. Okay, let's force upgrade that, shall we? I can't upgrade to that type? Really? Alright, well, Devilish Fun, thanks for the 2, appreciate it. Yeah, so, the tunnel's flooded. But I don't know if that means it's going to affect it. I don't think it cares. Well, this has caused problems. Let's fix this. So why... I think it's because it's too low. Oh, God, come on. Underground. So I think this needs to be substantially lower, is what the game is telling me. Is this straight? No, this is already curved. Alright, so we'll leave that alone. Alright, this is already at negative 36 meters. This is at negative 21. So this needs to go down. And we don't care if it's a crazy difference here. As long as it doesn't... Now, is this really going to be that big of a pain? Okay, because that should be... If it's negative 36, it should just be fine. So why is that so insistent on making that... Maybe that's why we hadn't done this. Okay, well, I don't see it. So it must be okay. Alright, so this... Oh my god, okay, this game is going to kill itself. Alright, where is my... There we go. We're just going to call that done. Because it technically works. Alright, but I am going to make this a separate train, even though it is the same tunnel. So we'll start a new line here. We'll just have this come up to there. And then rejoin back there. So we'll need to go into our Metro Line 5. Airport line, and then we will make this... I guess we could have that also be purple-ish. Fuchsia, whatever color that is. And then, what vehicles do I want to go on that? We have Airport Express Metro. No, I don't want that one. I think what we've been using for all of these is the Railways of Japan, so we'll stick that in there. Let that be what it is. Give us some more trains to look at, which is always a good time. I don't know if that's going to help. Hey, look, our traffic has pretty much mostly solved itself here. Still need to do own airline. Yes, we do need to do that. If you want to hear those names, watch Star Hustler, 1 or 5 minute show on astronomy, new episodes on FYI. Oh no, that's not FYI Network, that's Constellation Libra. That is my astrological sign, Libra, born in September, late September. All right, so I can't see a tunnel here, so I guess we successfully avoided that. So now I'm very curious if we're actually getting... what line is that going to tell me it's on? Airport line, yeah. So let's... 4 passengers, okay. So there's actually 51 people in town waiting to go to the airport on the metro. Okay, cool. So that was worthwhile. Glad we put that in. And of course, now we have traffic backing up again. Now I've got to figure out, do we want to put in an exit only to come through here? And how are we going to make that happen? Because we have the bridge right here. Or causeway. I guess it's not really a bridge. Try to think of the best way to do that. So we might just go with a regular... give me my above ground. There we go. Get off of upgrade mode. -3. There we go. So I'm going to build this backwards, I think. Maybe it should be a 2-lane, because this is a 2-lane road. This probably also doesn't need to have tram tracks on it, if we're being completely honest with ourselves. Or bike lanes. Actually, that should be something completely different. That should just be probably just a regular 4-lane, maybe a 6-lane, because this is a 4-lane plus bus lane. So if we just do this instead, that's probably much closer to what the road's actually going to be used for. Then we come in here with our 2-lane. Oh, where's my network multi-tool? I need to actually figure out how this works. Create connection mode. Okay, first segment. Second segment. My God, what world is this? Okay, I don't think I need that. Because this does not need to go straight here. I'm not leaving this. This is absurd. That is not what I was trying to do. I think I hit the wrong button. Create connection mode, create curve mode. First segment, second segment. Wrong shape. You're the wrong shape. All right, so this, I clearly do not understand how this works. Oh, God, stay open. Parallel mode. Nope, don't want that. Set slope. I really need to just take like 3 days to figure this out. Inverts. Yeah, okay, screw that. We're not... I'm not going to waste your time on stream doing that. So what we'll do instead... give me flat 90 degrees. Can I just not... Does it have to be some weird... There we go. So I'll just have this join up to be right about... Can I actually get this in a spot where it's going to let me... Okay, cool. That's actually probably fine. So we'll just invert the direction of travel. And now that's an off-ramp. All right. So that kind of works. Which means this now needs to be an on-ramp, but that's just going to cause problems here. But if I remove this, then that might actually make things better. Need to build a road off the highway first before doing the mod. Okay. Noted. Well, first of all, no, we're not going to do that because that's just completely insane. Why does this have separate lane or name from all this? And why are these people waiting so long? That guy just turned left on a red. That's not legal. Are they just caught in traffic light hell? Is that what this is? Seems like it. Oh no, it's timed. So why is this such a short phase? Okay, that shouldn't be like this. Oh, because there wasn't. Okay, we have to redo this one. Because the last time this was here, hello? I need to, hold on, I need to remove, yeah, this didn't have a road coming out the other side. That's what the problem was. All right, there we go. I think that's what the problem was. Paid time, billable hours. Yeah, you better believe it's billable hours. If I'm sitting there in a terrible traffic light thing. All right, so the next thing you guys want me to do is put an on-ramp coming this way, which is probably a better use to just have this continue on as a road to come up here so that they can either get off in this exit or just come up here. So it would actually be a, I don't know what the term is for this, but it'd be technically two exits with the same off-ramp. So this would be like exit 1A, and this would be exit 1B, but you take the same ramp, you just get off on a different street. So what we'll do is pause the game, get out of underground mode, get rid of that, lane mathematics ourselves into an early grave by making this a hello, 3 lane. There we go. That needs to be 3 lanes as well. Which means this probably also needs to be 3 lanes. And then what we'll do is we'll just have this follow up here. There we go. And then, so we create kind of like a parallel highway frontage road thing. And then this would actually join up here. Which means we're going to need to move this guy further out this way to line up with that, which means this comes out, and so does this. There we go. Looking a lot better, although we can fix this to be a little, I just don't like how these come in. That's way too sharp of an angle. Way too sharp. So this one actually probably should go. Should go. Hello, thank you. This way. And we'll just have that line up a little better. It's not perfect, but that will hopefully work out nicely. So what we have to do now is connect these. And what that does is now you have the one off-ramp, and they can either come here or they can come up here. And then it gets back on here, so they can use this as both. In theory, this works, but we're going to see what happens. I'm not a traffic engineer. Why is this dark? Okay, that's just a shadow. I've never in my life seen an elementary school that is 10 stories tall. Would it make more sense to connect the on-ramp after the intersection? I mean, maybe. Figured out how to change my map. Refresh my memory on what you were trying to do. All right, so did we change the intersection here with the timed traffic light? I think that's probably still okay. Let's remove it just to be safe. And put that back in. Attempt to understand the YouTube UI. YouTube UI. Recently gave everyone name verification on YouTube? Oh, okay. I thought you said change my map. You're talking about change your name. Okay. I'm sorry. Yeah, they, I was just completely misreading what you'd said. I think it was a couple months ago they put out a thing, at least for people that had been uploading videos, to change their handle, because they want to, I guess everything has to have the @ handles now. Yes, that's when I got mine. So I think this needs to become a viaduct. So let's come back here. Make this... This lag is so bad. Cannot upgrade. Yeah, you can. There you go. Was that so hard? Look at you go. Okay, so now we have the problem of people coming this way, trying to, did I restrict lane travel? No. So I haven't done that at all. I think it's just the, okay, because that's only one way. Okay, so what we need to do here, this probably needs to be an overpass. Although I don't think I want to mess with that right now. But this probably does need to be an overpass like this and just have these all connected in sequence, so that way the southbound traffic can get on here as well. I think the sim just has to run through those cars because they were traveling before the road change. Yep. I don't know how far behind you are on stream, but I think that took care of it a couple minutes ago. Just add more lanes, bro. Lane man. What we need is a strong peanut. Bus loops fixed themselves. There wasn't anything wrong with them per se. There's just a lot of traffic, and I was thinking about taking them out. The ones coming from up here. I hate these bright colored house roofs. I absolutely despise them. I need to turn those off. They are all connecting here at this little bus terminal here. And the routes they're taking are just really long, so I think we're going to want to get rid of those and try to force people into taking the metro or the blimps. Buff nut. Okay, alright. You guys got to be careful with this comment section. Where I'm going to accidentally read something one day, and it's going to get me canceled. Didn't you say you were going to build a metro line from the metro hub to the college? Yes, and then we got distracted because that does tend to be what happens. So that's what we were going to do, is we're going to have this guy connect through. Although we have 3 parallel tracks, so I might just have this be a completely separate thing. And then we have to figure out a spot for a station, so let's do that first. I'm going to have a riot if I remove these boulders. Beach Volleyball Club, we have a blimp stop, we have the Trade School Media Lab. So we probably should have the metro station actually be right about here. So Beach Volleyball Club gets to move. They're going to go probably, let's put them over here. Next to the recycling center, but they're closer to the beach. And we actually could, if we wanted, give them a beach, because they're at the Beach Volleyball Club. So I'm actually going to use Find It. Oh my god, all this spam. Beach. Give me a beach. Beach restaurant. Beach club with beach. Beach volleyball court. Beach volley court decal. Realistic functioning beach. Simple beach. Okay, so let's see. Can I... What do you mean cannot build on water? It's a beach. It's not going to let me... Wow. Slope too steep. What's steep about this? Is this just too high off the ground? Is that what it is? Is that what they're crying about? Yeah, so I think we are going to have to do a little bit of terraforming here. Okay, that. Oh my God! Don't go swimming at that beach, kids. That's bad news. That is absolutely bad news. So let's lower the brush strength a lot. Increase the size just a tiny bit. And let's pick a much... oh, I'm not in the right tool. Much shallower. And kind of create a nice little beach right here. And actually give them more of a beach. That's much more appropriate for a beach. Wouldn't you say, except for, you know, like the fishing boats right here. Kind of a problem. If you raise land instead, we could add a zoo. Look. we got to get there first. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make is I'm going to make a nice beach in this area because we had this set up before for ships coming in, but we don't need that anymore, which means we could actually raise, at great risk of flooding, raise the seafloor here to make it a little bit more palatable as a beach. But I'm going to do something kind of similar here. We're going to have to slope this a little bit. See exactly what's going to end up happening with that. Let's raise this a tiny bit, then do a bit larger of... okay, not that big. Just raise this area up a little bit because we no longer need to have the huge deep channel here. It's just kind of frankly ridiculous what we've gotten away with. That is a very steep drop-off that really does not need to be there. So I know we're going to cause all sorts of fun flooding problems, but they'll go away. They'll be fine. Just raise this up a little bit. I don't think that's going to affect anything too negatively if we just kind of fix the middle of this. Not that there's anything really wrong with it, I just hate looking at it. Plus, it's fun to flood things. It's not really any consequences for doing that in game. Alright, that's quite the mess we've created here. Anyway, point being, this needs to be a little bit nicer of an area. And we can run a road out. Actually, I just completely destroyed that, didn't I? What was that sound? It's kind of terrifying. I need to expand the beach. Not make it smaller. Yeah, so this is going to have to come out quite a bit here. I think once this all kind of stops going crazy, that's going to be about what we want. We've flooded the zoo. That's not ideal. All right, now I gotta catch up with all the chat here. Like to keep JC from being productive. Yep, you were very good at that. Well, the reason we don't see those is because I turned off all these icons. Yeah, look at the fun we're having here. It'll all go away. It just has to catch up. Just one of those things. But when you're not looking underwater, this actually looks kind of somewhat reasonable. All right, let's see what else we got. I wish it was just stay in one spot while I could sit here and read this. think the beavers in this timeline only share a couple brain cells. Yep, sounds about right. Good thing he has infinite money, the fines and costs of replacing those animals. Yep. Add a wall of boulders around the zoo. You really think that's going to solve anything? See, the water's going away. Eventually. I'm going to turn this back off, though, because that is kind of annoying. I love how the road is flooded, but there's no water going into the tunnel. Oh, population is down, isn't it? They'll come back. Well, we had to have a beach for the beach volleyball club at the college, so you know how these things go. All right, let's make this a little bit less steep. I think we're going to get rid of that road. Should make this a bit easier. And now, I believe I can put in a beach. Please do not crash. Thank you. Beach. Realistic functioning beach. Building must be placed on roadside. That's right. We have to have a road. Why is this? There we go. We need a rig. Oh my god. Why am I underground mode still? There we go. This is a 4-lane road. Let's extend that out. I believe that's this one. -3 meters. I don't want that. Regular ground mode. I think we can just have this come out 5 meters this way, and then we'll have a gentle curve come out like so. I think... Oh, I didn't want them to do that. Well, we'll just lower the road to the appropriate height and then fix the terraforming in a minute. Okay, and that can go down a little too. There we go, and we'll fix that for the track and field stadium. But I want to see if I can put the... I did it again. I can put the beach on this. Slope too steep. Oh, come on. Cannot build on... It's a beach. What do you mean I can't build it on water? People, I swear. Alright, so this is just a simple beach. This is a realistic functioning beach. Correctly level depth waterfront. I guess it hates me. What about these other assets? Beach club with beach. Also, let me these two all day. There's no beach here. What an inconvenient thing this has turned out to be. I've just caused substantial problems here. Alright, now if I raise this up a little bit. Yes, please flood for no reason. Thank you. I think I can put in something else if I slope this correctly. So, we're going to use the slope tool. It's probably going to cause some other problems, but I think this is what we have to do to make this work. Create a slope on the terrain from the current height to the desired height. Click with the secondary mouse button to set slope location. Click with the primary mouse button. Drag to adjust. So, if we have that set up here, and then we just bring this to the side. It's really going to do me like that? Come on. I set... Oh, I'm not using the correct tool. Don't mind me. See? Told you it would work. What in the... I swear to God. Give me this height. There we... No? Is that worse? I can't possibly be this stupid. Right? Is there just like a maximum slope this game lets you do? Is that what the problem is? That has to be what's going on. This does not want to go any higher than that. Oh, are we talking about fine arts performing drama? Oh boy, I did a decade of band. Let me tell you. Well, actually, I probably shouldn't tell you. Free admission, and if they have a subset into LARPing for a theater club. Yeah, if you got a big theater arts department, you'll have the Renaissance Fair kids, LARPers, Shakespeareans. Yeah, Thespians, I think, is the term we always used. Oh my god, the drama must because they all sleep with each other no matter their relationship status. Yeah, there's a lot of that goes on. Gotta remove the road first? Okay, alright. Well, we'll do that then. Goodbye, roads. What's that Elton John song? Goodbye, Yellow Brick Road. Cannot believe he's just now retiring from touring. That man has done a lot. But yeah, if you ever just have a punishing need for pointless, ridiculous relationship drama, make friends with theater kids or band kids. And boy, is there some nonsense that they get up to. It is unbelievable. Quit theater after 2 years and switched to newspaper, much more chill. Yeah, sounds like it. Band kids are worse because... Okay, alright, so, disclaimer. I was in high school band for 4 years. I was in band in college for 6. I've seen a lot. But the band kids were not the worst offenders when it comes to this stuff, at least not where I was. Choir kids were the worst. We also didn't have a huge theater department. We did have a theater department in my high school, but it wasn't huge. But, oh, my God, the choir kids. There was always some sort of drama going on. It was, frankly, kind of unbelievable. Some of the stuff that I'd hear, like, there's no way that's actually true. But then you find out, like, oh, well, I guess it is. All right, so this is not what I wanted to do. I know we've been wasting so much of our time on this. I need to, I really need this water to go down about 5 more feet, or I need to bring this up, or I need to move this track and field stadium without the boulder people losing their minds. So let's move those just a touch this way. Okay, I need to move this thing down here. I need to move this thing. Can I get any further up here? I think I can. Let's actually make this a join to the blimp stop. All right, that works. Bring in the heavy equipment, move the boulders. Gently pick them up in accordance with regulations from your boulder enthusiast organization. All right. Now we can put the beach a little bit closer. Let's move this. I'm actually going to get this to come down. Oh, it's going to cry to me because of the boundaries here. Let's do, let's have that come all the way down here. Yeah, so you would actually see this kind of a road closeness to a venue like this. That is not unreasonable. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to have that be the destination and then regrade the slope accordingly. Okay, that's looking a lot better. Just bump this out a little bit. Go back to reading chat where we're gossiping about thespians and band kids and choir kids and all that fun stuff. Such a small amount of parking for that stadium. Yes. The parking on all this kind of stuff just really doesn't make a lot of sense. That's why a lot of the time I will find myself making additional parking for things. But I think I should be able... Well, that's actually still pretty steep for a beach. I should be able to do something here. Let's lower this. Put a retaining wall on the other side of this. We might end up moving this out just a touch. There we go. Yeah, I'm not in love with this stadium model because there's way too much just blank concrete versus parking spots. If this were an actual, like, a track and field stadium, well, track and field stadium probably would not have its own parking. It would be part of a campus environment, which would have different parking lots around different places on the map, but we don't have access to that currently. I'm going to slope these. Oh, that makes that look even worse. Hold on. Why is this like that? I guess I need to move this guy out just a tiny bit this way. Rotate a little bit. Hello, rotate. Thank you. I'm holding down Alt, that's why. That snaps it. Alright, let's actually lower this down a little bit, see if that helps. That actually doesn't look too bad. Can I drag that down any more? Okay, the blimp stop makes it look a little rough since it adjoins on that, so I guess we have to bring that back up. There's not really any good answer to this, unfortunately. Alright, now I gotta regrade the slope again. Oh, that's the problem with doing this like this. I think I'll probably just, yeah, we'll just set this thing loose here. Make that a slightly gentler slope. Okay, that looks so much better. That looks so much better. And that is not a crazy slope for a beach. You just have these fishing trawlers right here. All right, realistic beach. Slope too steep. You son of... Come on. Give me one spot here where I can put a beach. It's like it wants to let me do it. But it keeps coming to something that it really is not a fan of. Even with Anarchy turn on, it doesn't want to let me do it. Come on. Cannot build on water. So it's too low now. Is that what this is? All this because I wanted to move the beach volleyball club. How about that, huh? All right, let's see. I think I read an interview with one of the creators, and they talked about how if they added realistic parking policies, it just broke the game. Yeah, it's completely untenable. Too much parking is needed per square foot of business. In retail, the game became parking lot sim. Yes, parking minimums are absolutely terrible urban planning policy. Need a Japan-type tsunami wall. Well, we have an asset in, I think it's here in water structures. That's just like a seawall. Flood wall. We have key walls, of course. What in the, oh, this is railway stuff. I don't know why this is in here. Always thought the parking structures in Chicago that went underground. Yes. Underground parking should be the standard if you're going to build a large development. But it's very, very expensive. So, obviously, developers aren't going to want that. Yeah, and a college like this would very often have a parking structure. We actually had one before I deleted it to put other stuff in. But you would very, very likely have a separate like area for parking. A smaller college like this probably wouldn't have a lot of parking decks, but it would have a lot of surface parking in different spots in between buildings and everything. But I don't have an accurate means to render that, so I just end up not doing that. Let's put in a smaller road, see if that helps us make this into a beach. So we have that go down to 2 lanes. I'm just dead set on putting this beach here, I swear. Cannot build on water, slope too steep. What slope? This is perfectly fine, unless it thinks that that is too steep, in which case I am at a loss for words. So I guess... Okay, shipping, fishing. All right, can I move these individual things? I think I can if I use move it. Yes. Yeah, let's just kind of get this a little bit out of the way. This is really not going to like me doing this. I want to try and get this a little bit less intrusive to where the beach is. Just move that a little further away. Not the ideal scenario, but I guess this kind of works. If I have it perfectly straight, I think it takes away the node. There we go. All right, well, that's helped a little bit. I think we still need to raise this some. Yeah, so if we raise to that level, and then just have all of this kind of start here instead. I might actually raise it a little bit more for this area. Yeah, I know we're going to flood everything again, but it's fine. We'll be all right. I just want to give these stupid volleyball players their beach. So let's raise this up. Should be substantially less steep. Looks like that is going to end up being a much better solution for most people involved. I really want to make sure this part right here is about as level as it can be, so it stops giving me that error. Okay, that's an improvement, right? Right, I think. Please note that we have not flooded the zoo. Everything else seems to be doing okay. This traffic isn't the worst. But I do wonder why. Must still be the time traffic light thing. But this seems to be working splendidly well. We just need to fix that side. This seems to have kind of calmed down. Can I put my beach in yet? Cannot build on water. It's a beach. What do you mean I can't? Screw it. All right. There's your beach. Sorry about it. Oh, these people, I swear. All right, now I'm going to make this back into the other road that it already was. And then we can move on to do other things with our lives, because I am sure there are many other things that you find people would love to be doing with your Monday evening. So we'll just move this out a little bit. And then come in here with our boring old stock beach assets. There you go. You got a couple beaches. And then the beach volleyball club gets to move. Oh, and I can't put it there because it can't be put on water. Okay. I see how this is. All right, well, that's not going to work either. Beach volleyball club. You get to be at roughly street level. And I don't think it's going to let us slope anything here. Maybe it wants all land above water to build the beach on. I mean, maybe. But this specific asset is designed to have... This is something I downloaded from the Steam Workshop. It's supposed to have people wading in the water and actual spots for them to congregate. It's a really cool asset when it works. We actually have one, I believe, over here. Simple beach, or beach club with beach. Or maybe it was one of those things that I tried and I couldn't get it to work and got mad and just gave up and used the other ones. But anyway, point being, it was supposed to actually have people out in the water. This one I don't think will even show anybody out here at all. But I guess this is fine, grand scheme of things. We do need to landscape this a little bit. Put in our walls, retaining walls, concrete barriers. This is sound walls. Okay, retaining wall grass, retaining wall plain, narrow. Hello? Why did that click so many times? I think if I can get this to play nice here, I can just kind of raise the land behind it, but I'm not sure that's actually going to work. Asset doesn't seem like it wants to cooperate. So let's see. I'm going to select a couple nodes here, and we'll move these back. Oh, it's only going to go in whole step increments, huh? All right. Okay, that's not what I wanted at all. So maybe it really does only work if you have the thicker ones. All right, so what's this one? Retaining wall half. Sound wall, don't want that one. Okay, let's just try the... Wait, why is this... Why is this in the water structures section? That doesn't make any sense. RAM usage, I can't look it up right now, but when I was launching the game, it has that loading screen. It was telling me I was using, for the game, I was using about 24 gigabytes of RAM. And system memory currently is 32, and it takes a couple of gigs to run Windows and then Chrome and everything. What was this one? Oh, that's the key. It's not going to let me build that unless I turn on anarchy mode. That's too wide. I'm just wasting time now is what I'm doing. Seawall. If I have that come in here, and then like this, then come out like so, that doesn't look like the worst thing I've ever seen. Except right here, that actually kind of does look like the worst thing I've ever seen. So if I move this out to be... I don't completely hate this. I don't love it, though, so I'm going to just delete that segment. That's fine. That can connect right to the back side of this, which needs to now get moved out here. I'll move this out like so, and then I think I can move this node a little bit more. All right. That actually looks decent. And it doesn't infringe on the sidewalk here, so that's probably fine. I'm not in love with this, so I might do a little bit of terrain fixing here. Brush size a little smaller. I might have to actually delete this to get this to work properly. But now I can just take this last thing here and I can just drag this out. Okay, that's actually kind of ugly. So what if I lower this? It is kind of broken, actually, because I think this is only supposed to go on the water. So the game doesn't want to play too nice with that. But that works. Hey, look, there are people actually at the beach. Nice. You shouldn't have heard a cat. I don't have one. So that's taken care of. Okay, so the metro is going to be a pain because of land sloping and everything. But the reason, the whole reason we spent the last, I don't know how many minutes doing this, was to move the beach volleyball club to closer to the beach and give them a beach so we could put a metro station in here. That was the entire purpose of what we were trying to do. So let's see, we've got a parallel. We don't need that. I don't want this one either. That's just kind of a boring small thing. These are eco-brutalist metro stations, but they're above ground. We don't need those. We don't need small inner city metro. So if we go to Railways of Japan, we have small metro terminal here. And we have this modern metro terminal, but that is a huge, huge station we don't need. That's a bus depot. Classic metro terminal, that's still too big. I think we'll just go with the regular smaller one that we've stuck in a couple of other places. So we'll stick that guy right there next to the blimp stop, across the street from the administration building. And now we just have to connect everything. Hey, Nicole, doing fine, having a nice time Monday evening. City Skylines, glad you're here. Spent entirely too much time messing with terrain sloping to put beaches in so we could move the beach volleyball club at the college so we could put in a metro station. So that's how I ended up spending the last, I don't know, probably 30 minutes of stream. I am on a train line, aren't I? Thanks for pointing that out. So I'm going to put in, I need to put in a connection probably to, yes, this thing right here. Let's do 30 units this way. Give me 30. Then come out straight here. There we go. That's fine. We'll go straight out to probably about... Oh, it wants to demolish the rocks. Wants to demolish the rocks. Can't have that. No rock demolishment allowed. Okay, negative 24 meters there, and then we'll have this come all the way across to about, say 100... Oh, it's not meters, it's units. Why is that hidden? Did it come out of a tunnel underground? Under the water? Looks like that's what it did. I don't care. We're not going to be able to tell. So that's fine. Why is that blimp looking like a tardigrade? Are you talking about the blimp depot? That's just what the building looks like. We've known this. This thing, or are you talking about the actual blimp itself? It should have just been looking like a normal little sea lion boy. See, they're normal. Alright, so this needs to be come up here. I guess we'll do 30 units. And I'll have this. We're not going to go 90 degrees, but we will go... Actually, I can go further than 30. We'll go 35. Then we'll have this just be a gentle sweeping turn. I think I lined that up correctly. It's close enough. Alright, so that works. Now I just want to see if I can force upgrade this to be a tunnel. No, cannot. Okay. Why is that? Well, we're just going to ignore it, and we'll build ourselves a subway line. Alright, so it starts at the college, and then it'll come down here, and it will go into this spot right there. Add a stop. Come on. Not going to let me add a stop here? Really? Alright, so I guess this thing hates me. Did I actually click? Okay. To create a new line. Come all the way over here. Add a stop. Not going to let me do it. Okay. Well, what if we start here and go here? It's not going to let me do it. Why? That's really annoying. Yeah, infinite money is a lifesaver. Delete the section of track that's in the water and rebuild. It shouldn't have cared. But I guess... Hello? It's not even letting me. Not even letting me at all. Okay, there it is. So, if I have underground mode on, I can't delete the stuff that's underground. But if I turn off underground mode... Oh, because it's not underground. Okay, alright. So I guess that is what our problem was. It's not underground. Okay, and it did it again. So I really and truly do not know what it expects me to do here. So it's not like I can just not have it. It's already negative 24 meters. Do I have to go down to negative 36? I think that's probably what it's wanting me to do here. Well, that's ugly, but it works, so that's fine. Alright, let's start this guy. I guess we'll start here, that's fine. Go up to here, add a stop, and come back. And complete line. Okay, so let's come in here to our Metro Line 6. College line, and we'll make this one the same teal color as the school, so it's easier for people to find. And then we'll select our ROJ Metro train. And there we go. We should see that come in here and leave hopefully pretty soon. They should be on the furthest track, right up here, if I've done this correctly. Of course, I probably did it wrong, and that's probably... Oh, it's not gonna let me click on it. Because, oh, no, it went to this track. Okay. I didn't think it would go to this one. That's weird. Cops have bright lights. Yes, they do. So I don't see the train coming back. Well, we can come over here and take a look anyhow. 0 passenger service last week, and they're cheering for some reason. All right. 14 waiting passengers. Okay, so here comes a train. So we'll see how many get off. Okay, that's a decent number. I think. Kind of. Alright, I'm tired of listening to that. How close can I get without having to listen to the cheering? Alright. Oh yes, the commencement building. That is somehow always having commencement. There you go. That's something else. Alright, 48 passengers a week. That has to be helping. Blimp stop also seems to be working. Anyway, the college has a metro line. And it has a beach. 2 beaches and a beach volleyball club. I pulled the diploma mill. It's a technical college. Those aren't really diploma mills. You want the large state school that has really bad entrance requirements and bad graduation stats. That's a diploma mill. All right, so here's what we're going to do now. We're going to do a similar thing over here to what we did down here and have these all tandem connected. Unfortunately, to do that, I am going to have to delete a bunch. But we don't need the 6-lane plus the trolley stuff up here. Down here is probably fine just being a regular old road. Oh, we're still in underground mode. All right, so we're going to get rid of... Okay, well, now I got to think about this. Okay, we're absolutely never, ever going to call it that, first of all. But we can build an island with... We can build an island with prisons on it. Okay, so get out of this underground mode. There we go. Let's build ourselves 4-lane road with wide sidewalks and trees. Do I just want to skip straight to 6 lanes? That's probably what it needs to be, in all honesty. Okay, I don't need the tram wires, so we'll go for this guy right here. I think I had this set to, yeah, it's going to be easier if we just start 12 meters and then stay at 12 meters here. And then we'll reverse our directions. And then we'll do the same thing on this side. And we are going to end up redoing this entire thing, so don't worry. We'll get it all figured out. Move this over just a touch. There we go. All right, now this has to come this way. 12 meters all the way down to here. Ish. I think that's about the same. That works. Then this needs to get lane mathed down to 3. And then when this goes back in, it can go up to 4. Which actually means this whole section in the middle should probably be 4 lanes, which we have not done. So let's fix that while we're at it. There we go. I really wish they didn't just center. You could just have it go either left or right. Would be very nice. All right. Yeah, behave in chat, you two. You know who you are. Let's get this put in. So what this needs to be, probably ought to just redo this ramp too. This needs to just easily connect here, which doesn't seem like that's going to be a thing. But we'll do, yeah, 10 units. Come on, stay there. And then this just needs to go down to ground level. Oh, actually, I'll go down to 6. Then I'll do that, and then we'll get everything switched around again. All right, and the reason this is 3 lanes in between is because you will have people wanting to come here and go to the other side. All right, so that... Okay, we're definitely going to have to fix the height on that, but that looks... Hello? Okay, that looks a whole lot better. Let's redo this side to match. Is this our 2 lanes? Yes, it is. Come out 10 units. Come out another 10 units. Go down to 6 meters. And like I said, we'll fix this in a second here. That looks so much better. That is so much better. It's not perfect. Are you having fun with the frog group? I always have fun with them. The problem is when they start causing problems. So, be good. Be nice. We won't have to break out the big stick. I can't believe it. I have this. It's not lined up. Oh, I'm so mad. Okay. All right. Okay, let's fix this. I'll just leave that there for now. The thing lied to me. That was the problem. All right, let's move this up. Use our Alt key. Come down. I used Alt for a reason. I want it to be straight. There we go. Shift is what I actually wanted. Nope, that's not what I wanted. You know what? Better solution. We'll just delete that. And then do this instead. So this needs to meet up with here, but that needs to be 12 meters high. Then that needs to come across to here, and then it's done. So now, oh god, this is hideous. We'll fix that in a minute, but we need to make sure these all connect. All right, so 2-lane concrete highway. This needs to be 3-lane concrete highway going here and here. Okay, very good. 2-lane highway coming down. I think this is what we decided we're going to do is just have this connect like that, and then have this connect somewhere else. But it wants to connect here. Why can it not? Maybe it's just angry at me for having a... Okay, now I don't want it to connect there. That's not not far enough. If I have that go like so, yeah, that's hideous. That's not what you want. But I don't really know what the whole thing is going to end up doing. If I do this, okay, that's straight. If I have this, I think the problem is that it's also changing to a bridge here, and this node is going to end up looking really weird as a result. So if we turn this, actually, we just delete this node entirely. Come on, why is this a mouse over? The other ones aren't. Get out of here. That looks so much better. Not perfect, but it is something. Have cinnamon buns in the oven? That sounds good. It's about time for me to get out of here and eat something too. Any frog statues or frogs? What? I'm not putting frogs in a blender. An aqua mod. That would be kind of cool. All right, so this is not an ideal solution, and in real life you would not see something like this just because what kind of insane person, traffic engineer, would ever put a major merging point on the cliff next to a water source? But I think this is about as good as we're going to get for right now. This is a very common thing you'd see in a city, having this grade separated kind of a frontage road situation. But I think this is probably good. Just check our clearances. Oh, yeah, they got plenty. Just want these to look a little nicer in terms of our slope. There's not really too much we can really do about that. But I will go ahead and force this to be a viaduct on our 6-lane street here. There we go. That looks substantially better. Slope is a lot more doable. And now we need to go back in and put our timed traffic lights in. We need to get rid of that guy. And then this one's probably still fine. Oh, that light's still there. All of these. Not going to let me, huh? I thought I could do control click. No? Why is that not, I feel like that shouldn't be this, this simple of a thing. Why? Okay. Do I need to click the node first? No, no. How did I already forget how to do this? Literally, it's not user-friendly at all. Oh, jeez, come on. How did I do this before where I wasn't stupid? Okay, that worked. Maybe there's just no, oh, okay, there doesn't need to be a traffic light here, I guess. That's, fine, I suppose. Although that one should, I feel like it should, yeah, whatever. If it works, it works. If it doesn't work, then it doesn't work. But hopefully this helps dislodge some of our traffic problems. I think it's probably fine. We have 4 lanes on this side. We have 4 lanes on this side. This probably needs to be 4 lanes in between two, but we're not having any traffic backup, so I don't think I'm going to worry about that. Why is this should not be backing up like that? Will support expansion. Yes, it will. So we can always just continue either of these roads past the highway interchange here. Oh, that's what I was going to fix. I was going to fix the heights on this because this is just like ridiculously terrible. Okay, let's slope those. There we go. That looks a lot better. And we'll slope these as well. So much better. Not perfect, but a big improvement. Or the one way is the wrong way? Oh, you're right. Okay. Well, let's fix that. That needs to go the other way. All right, so that should work now. And I think if we just park here and watch this interchange, it should work pretty well. Blake says, proud of all you've accomplished. I appreciate it. We haven't really gotten a ton done because some people like to distract me. But I think this has been very productive nonetheless. Yeah, I see you. All right, so you want your prison island. Now we should have somewhere under police. We do have a prison asset. We could put a couple of these in. And I think just based off of ease of access and land value being terrible here, this probably is going to have to be the place where it goes. We have the interest of the beach volleyball students in mind. Yeah, purely good-hearted there. No ulterior motives. My God. Devilish fun with the 5 memberships. Appreciate it, friend. Jesse the Unending, Darticus, Bekempi, Boig Boy, Ravenia Marie, welcome most of you back to Beard Booster membership. Appreciate it as always. So let's put something in here. We already have this kind of weird intersection thing. So if we put in probably to go to a prison would just be a 4-lane regular road. Not going to want sidewalks, but I guess we have to have it anyway. Now if I go in, coming from this side, why is that at 1 meter? Oh, okay, that's set to viaduct. Now if I come out here, oh, this is a proper mess of an intersection, perfect for a city utility area. Those always have terrible intersections. How long is stream for? Probably not too much longer. Maybe another 15, 20 minutes. Because I do have to do other stuff. I have to record a Timberborn video for tomorrow. So we'll see what happens. City Builders rule says do it on Patreon. Yes, you do. Very, very thankful for your support there. If you make sure you're opted into gifts on YouTube, you may get a free membership at some point. Yeah, that's a setting that you have to individually confirm. I don't know where it is, but there's some sort of opt-in thing in your YouTube account settings. If you have that turned on, then you very well may get one at some point. Yeah, almost 3 hours. We're about 2:45 currently. Easier since it comes out of my check account instead of his. Yeah, I hear you. So let's have this follow the road. Follow the beach right here. Kind of. And then okay, we're going to want to fix this in a second, which we will. Let's go ahead and do that. I think I can just slope this. Oh, that actually makes it worse. Okay. So I'll tell you what, let's lower this till this starts deforming a little bit. Then we want that to go down. And then I think I can probably just straight up slope this and be fine. Now, there we go. That looks substantially better. And we're going to have this kind of curve around a little bit more here. And just to make that look a little nice. So what we're going to do is we're going to, at the end here, actually kind of do a little bit of terraforming. Flatten this area here. Don't worry, the boulder will move with the land. That's fine. All of you balls enthusiasts don't need to get worked up about it. We'll be all right. We'll just bring this height down a little bit. Create ourselves a little bit of a level area. And then we'll put a prison and a couple other things over here. I guess I could turn the brush strength up a tiny bit. There we go. Let's bring that down a little bit more. All right, so that's an improvement. Level up the top of the hill. So what we'll do is we'll put the park up here, and the prison will be in a little bit of a less desirable spot down here. Now, it's not going to want to let me put this here unless it's on... I'm not going to put it right next to the water. It's not Alcatraz. I think I can get by... okay. That is going to be a problem, isn't it? Yeah, let's move this a little bit further out this way. Rotate a little bit more. I think this should still work. Should be okay. Yeah, that's what you want to drive by when you go into the park, right? A no hitchhiker sign. Yeah, that's on what's that? I think I've seen it on I think it's 10 at that point in New Mexico, where you have the you have like the big federal prison, like, I don't know, 10 miles off the interstate, but you pass those big orange signs that says do not pick up hitchhikers. It's like, I wasn't planning on it, but deputy driven dirigible depot. 4 Ds, so that's like diners, drive-ins, and dives, but you got 4 of them. Okay, gotcha. All right, jokers. Yeah, I'm not completely in love with this, to be perfectly honest with you. I think I need this. Oh my god, it's lagging so bad. I'm going to get rid of that, and I'm going to actually redo all of this, make this a little bit straighter before we turn. We'll go another 10 units. There we go. Why is this set to be... Come on. Really? There we go. And then this will now, after we get to that point, now it's going to follow all of this up the hill here. Go up to 15 units, I think. That's what we had before. Yeah, that's much better. And we'll have this come all the way up to about here. There we go. We can have a nice park up here. Now the fun part is going to be sloping everything correctly. Nope, unselect that. Let's do this. That somehow was worse. Alright, I don't love that. Alright, so that needs to come down substantially. That is much better. This one comes down as well. And then this one can come down. That means this one comes down. And I think... Okay, it's not perfect, but I think that's pretty good. Now, it has been brought to my attention when we originally placed the prison, there was a boulder in jeopardy. So it will be strategically located in such a way as to not have that happen again. So we're just going to click and drag these guys, bring them up next to the side of the road. They can be a little bit of a family scenic attraction. Look at that big boulder on the side of the road. And we'll pop the prison back in. Put that right about here. There's your prison right there. And look, what is a paddy wagon? Yeah, there you go. So what we have to do now is kind of smooth the terrain out a little bit. Get rid of these ugly things here. Although I guess it's not the end of the world. No way up except 50-foot sheer cliffs. Yeah, that sounds about right. Silly Billy Island. Is that what you guys actually want to call this? Silly Billy Island? Balls approved relocation. You want to have to pass the... Yeah, no. Prison is on the way to the park. So what we're going to have to do is create ourselves pedestrian area, park area. All right. Here's our park area. Come all the way right up next to the prison. And then behind as well. Concord Garden. No, we're not calling it that. All right, that works. But we need a new name for the park that's not Concord Garden. That's where the parents tap the window while driving to the park. Act up, Billy, and you'll be sent to Silly Billy Prison. God, I can hear it already. Prison needs a moat. Well, it has to connect to the road. So I don't think we're... What in the world is 3 wide on the turn? They're getting bold. What in the world is this? Oh, waste transfer truck. Okay. Wow, we already have... That holds 815 people? I mean, it is a prison, but sheesh. All right. All right, so prison, we're going to call it Silly Billy Prison. But they always name, like, law enforcement buildings, they always name them after, like, I don't know, people's favorite cops or whatever. I don't know exactly how they do it. But we needed, like, a more official cop-coded name for Silly Billy. Oh, my God. You guys are bad. Save space for the crematorium. How could I forget? Oh, no, that's to add water. I don't want that. All right, where's my... okay, we got canals. We got a shallow canal. We got a medium canal. We got a deep canal. Oh, no. No, no, no. That's too big. That is, Okay, no, we do not need that to be that wide. Okay, what is that? Shallow canal. I want a narrow canal. I don't want a deep one. Or a wide one. That's just too big. Too big to put a canal around it. I don't have any other way of doing that, do I? Well, these are all retaining walls for railroads. The moat's filled with sewage water. Who am I, RCE? Get a sewage water moat. Alright, so let's actually, you know, pretend like we're going to play the game correctly here. I need park area. Is that going to be city park? Amusement park, zoo, we already did. Nature reserve. So would you rather have a nature reserve? Or would you rather have a city park over here in soon to be renamed Concord Garden? Ashes to Ashes City Park. That's dark. that is bonkers insane. Alright, so you want the nature preserve. Alright, so we have to put a main gate. So we have a small nature reserve main gate. We have a nature reserve side gate. And we have a nature reserve main gate. Put a crematorium in the prison. We won't say anything. You guys are evil. This is just straight foul behavior. Billy Beaverson Nature Reserve. All right, we can do that. How about William Beaverson? That's a little more formal. There we go. Can we get a small park abutting the prison yard? I mean, this is just a whole like park area. You want like a little city park? Like as a reminder of what they could have had for the bad choices made. How about a dog park? A large playground, park with trees, dog park, right here on the corner. There you go. They can watch the doggies that they're not allowed to have because they're in prison. You said you wanted another zoo. Oh, you guys are bad. You're so wrong for this. All right. Let's see here. All right, we need to... nature reserve. All right, I got a fence. Oh, that's not going to keep prisoners out. We got nature reserve path decorations. Remember, I have unlocked everything because I don't feel like playing the actual game, I guess. Campfire sites. We've got tents. Got more tents. We've got a viewing deck. Viewing deck number 2. Tent camping site. Lean-to shelter. Look at this. This is kind of nice. Lookout towers. More camping sites. Fishing cabins. Well, that sounds fancy. Oh, yeah, there you go. Go fishing off the, like, 40-foot tall pier of death. Those would have to go on the main side here. I guess we need to make our park area a little bigger. So let's extend our boundaries, shall we? Now, why? Oh, that's the edge of the map. That's why. Huh. Okay, we might have to fix that. So let's just have this encompass everything except the prison. Right down here. And I should be able to put some fishing stuff in. Now that is kind of a less than ideal scenario. Nature Reserve museums. Ground tiles. Firewood. This is like actually really detailed. Viewing deck directly behind the prison. You guys are evil. Like actual like psychopathic foul behavior. All right. Well, you can't look into the prison yard from back here. But we can put in maybe right about here. Nice little viewing deck of the side of the prison here. Something to that effect. All right, now we got tents. I'm probably going to go with more just regular camping sites. Hello, click. Thank you. We'll connect it all with paths later. If we come into something like this, maybe. Oh, I'm still in anarchy mode, so it's probably, there we go. So, tent camping site number 1. Where's tent camping site number 2? Oh, that's just regular camping site. Bouldering site. Okay, all right. All right, balls. Here you go. Here's your boulder enthusiast area. There you go. I'll put a couple of those in there. How about that? Okay, they might actually not want to play nice there. Now, why in the world does it... Okay. All right, I guess we're going to have to lower these guys down a touch. There we go. All right, so you got bouldering sites. Look, you got some people climbing boulders with no shirts on. In sports and entertainment, is there a shooting or archery range? Maybe. I'm going to have to figure out where that is. I just have nature preserve, park maintenance, pedestrian areas, pedestrian area plazas, and then content creator packs. Shopping malls. I don't think there's anything in here for, I can't put in 5 of these. I don't have room. Signs, lean-tos, kayaks, kayak floating, no canoes. Oh boy! All right, public binoculars. There you go. You wanna look at the prison? You wanna come on over here and examine the prison? Hold on, that's oh, they already have some up here. Okay, well we can move that to be somewhere else. How about, oh, I can't put it on top of the boulder, can I? You know what? Let's see if we can. It's not gonna let me, is it? Yeah, it's not gonna let me do that. That's actually annoying. Surround the prison with a sniping range? What do you think the towers are? I can't put a moat. There's no room for it. All right. We have to actually like build something here. Hunting. Oh God, hunting cabin. That's what you need next to a prison. That's safe. Lookout towers, lean-to shelters. So we actually have a couple of these kind of spaced out a little bit. I already have the tent camping. Now the interesting thing is going to be how these paths connect, because I haven't really messed with this at all. So I guess we'll just have this kind of stuck around here, see if they can actually, you know, access this stuff. It seems like they probably can. We're also going to need parking for this. We'll put that in a little bit. We also need to put a bunch more trees in here. Okay, campfire sites. I guess we could put one of these probably right around here. I'll tell you what we'll do. So this actually, you know, attaches properly. Let's just build all of these things attached to the road. Where is my tent camping site number 1? I don't know why there's a tent camping site number 1 if there isn't a tent camping site number 2. It just seems kind of a curious thing. Lean-to shelters. Yeah, let's move our pathway a little more here. Have this come all the way out to the point. Why do you do that? No. Up you go. And that can be, I don't know, there's probably something like an observation thing outside of this viewing deck. Scenic view of the freeway overpass. There you go. What is this? Museums. Local indigenous people. Man, this is a prison. Well, I guess we can put that right in front of the main gate. Man, the terraforming in this game is the worst, I swear. We'll just stick that right in the front. And I don't think there's too many other actual buildings. There's just a bunch of bouldering sites and hunting cabins and fishing cabins and stuff down here. So we'll probably put a couple of... Okay, that's still really high. That bridge is actually really low, now that I think about it. Like the little power line, yeah. It is kind of funny. Shouldn't camping site number 2 be over the sewage? The fugitives stand up here. You guys are nuts. I swear. Looks like actually deranged. Alright, so we got 2 fishing cabins. Yeah, I'm not in love with this. I need to lower this just a touch. There we go. Then we'll have some sort of a slope or stairs or something to get down here. Yeah, let's lower those a little bit more close to the water here. Yeah, just soften this considerably. Alright, that looks a little bit less deranged. Just a little bit. Terraform an inlet for a pond. But where? God, I hate how this game does terraforming. It's so frustrating. There we go. I don't think it's going to let me do too much more here. Can raise this up a tiny bit. I think if I raise this boulder, it might actually, there we go, take care of some of that. Oh, that's not something I can actually raise. All right, this is definitively a an ugly thing that I have created. I need to put in a little pathway here. So I just put that on. I guess what we'll do is we'll just have everything reattach, quote unquote, correctly. Doesn't seem to want to play nice, does it? Yeah, the viewing platform does not seem to want to work here. It's going to make me put in another little 45-degree angle curve here. Or thereabouts, it seems. So if I raise this, and raise this one on the back side... Oh, this is just unfriendly terrain that I definitely should have manipulated before we started this. Would have made things substantially easier. Well, this doesn't look terrible. Not completely terrible, at least. Alright, give me my viewing platform. Where's that? I guess we can stick that right there. That's probably fine. Move that over like so. There, they can observe at least part of the prison. Brush size 100, layer them on. Yeah, the buildings do all require actual, like, access to stuff. Well, we have enough entertainment according to this from a tent campsite. And all that. Somehow I feel like that's not actually enough. Lower that just a touch. And then put a few more things in. I do have to get off here at some point. But I need to, there we go, lean-to camping. The thing I really don't like about this is everything has to snap to a path. I wish I could just kind of really place it and not have it be completely useless. But, you know how this goes. Couple campsites. And then, lookout tower. I wish it would let me go like halfway on the corner. That'd be nice. If I put that there, that's kind of something. I don't know. This is just not at all what I thought it was going to turn into, which is unfortunate. But I will have this. I did not need that to be a bridge. Maybe it should be a bridge. Maybe I'm just out of touch. Oh, it's the children who are wrong. I cannot upgrade. Yeah, you can. There you go. Now it's only slightly hideous. Alright. I just want the weird slope lines to go away. And this doesn't even, like, mesh with this. I want this to intersect. Come on. And not have to worry about the railing. Which I guess we're just going to kind of have to live with. Lower it a tiny bit so it meshes correctly. Well, I guess for right now this is probably okay. Or I could just make this whole segment not a bridge. That's probably the smart way to do it, honestly. Okay, yeah, that fixed it. Yeah, you can make actual ponds. I'm not going to have time to do that right now because I do have to get off here very quickly. But that is an idea for next time for sure. Right, so this is sufficiently a crappy nature reserve. It's befitting being next to a prison. Tents. See, I don't want it to, or maybe the radius is for like something it has to connect to. So I guess we'll just stick that in there and see what happens. Yeah, zoom in on this. They're pretty far apart, actually. Let's see, campfire site. I'll put a couple more of these little tents in here. Okay, is there anything else I can stick in here at all? Lean-to shelters, we already did that. Camping site. Hunting cabins. We haven't done any of those. So that's the kind of thing you can stick in a place like that. Hunting cabin number 2. There you go, a little bit of hunting. Just don't shoot people. Nature reserve, museums, benches, signs, table set. All right, that's a single brush size asset. Let's put a couple of those in. Oh, camping tables. Watch out. We got camping tables. And folding chairs. I cannot zoom in far enough to actually see what I'm doing. They already have some chairs, so I guess we'll leave that alone. Oh yeah, there you go. Outhouse time. That's what everybody wants to be sat next to. Where's the actual door on this? Okay, it's got the sign above it. So we'll just kind of conveniently stick this back in the middle of nowhere. Wells. Well, that's a deep subject. We got kayaks that aren't going to be floating. I think we built one of just about everything. So let's put in a nice little fence around our nature reserve, going between it and the prison. We'll just conveniently run this about right here. So about right there, and then just have this kind of follow its way around. And that can go on that side. So that's fine there. Now we have the problem of having these things stuck over here. We're going to have some sort of... Oh, I'm in replace mode, that's why. We'll just have this follow all the way down here. Then we'll have... probably have to have this... There we go. Move like so, and then we'll reattach to the doohickeys right here. All right, so that's actually not that bad like that. Definitely have seen worse. Okay, don't need a side gate. I guess we could put some more camping over here if we really wanted to. Where's our tent camping sites? Let's put another one. Okay, no. No. That's stupid. Goodbye. Alright, where's my actual tents? That's going to be much better use of space to just stick these guys in. Another little cluster of tents. A little campfire right here ought to do the trick. That's something. That works. I'm going to move this a tiny bit more that way. Okay, and this path actually needs to come down substantially in height. There we go. Oh, but no, here we go. The campfire is on stilts. That's what I want to see. Let's lower this. That just looks completely ridiculous. All right, that's something of an improvement. Lower this, soften the terrain. There we go. That's much better. Network multi-tool. Yes, I used it at the beginning of the stream. Crematorium and waste management. I don't know if we're going to have room for everything, but let's put ourselves a crematorium right next to the dog park. Oh, no. And then trash. Where's my trash? Unique fact. There it is. Recycling center, food and garbage collector, waste transfer facility. Oh, that's so ugly. We cannot have that there. That is going to have to switch spots with our dog park. I'm just going to get rid of these because that's easier. Oh, get out of here. I'll just delete it. I don't care if the building's not empty. Alright, fine. Move it mod it is. Okay, we can live with that. Devilish, thanks very much for the 149. Appreciate you. I did, over here, network multi-tool replace the cargo road on this. So I have actually used it, yes. I am unfortunately out of time to play with too much more of that today, but we will, in future streams, get into that. Why is this doing this to me? There we go. There we go. I just need to get this to be a little bit higher. There we go. All right, where's my dog park? Is this the dog park? Yes. All right, so that guy is there, and I think I can fit the crematorium here without it doing too crazy of a terraforming event. All right, there you go. You got your waste transfer facility, you got your dog park, and you got your crematorium, and you got your prison. And you got these guys. We're going to put a bunch of trees in here. And then I absolutely have to go do other things and eat dinner. What is this? Norway spruce. We're not in Norway. What do I have? Big pine trees in here? Linden trees. Boreal pines. Oh yeah, give me these things. Now that's a nature preserve tree. I like that. That is fantastic looking. What is this? Generic pine tree. All right. Put a couple of those in here. What other trees can I just shove in here for no reason? Yeah, no, that does not fit. Palm trees, no. Okay, what about these guys? Junipers? Are these going to look really weird? Okay. That looks fine. Alright, well, it's not perfect, but it is something. I'm not really fully convinced we need a 4-lane road going to the nature preserve. Move it out of the crematorium into the prison. Is that going to work? I don't think it's going to let me do that. Gotta slap a single boab tree. Alright. Alright, fine. You're going to force me to do that. Alright. One tree. One tree. We'll put it right here. There you go. There's your single boab tree. Now the question is, I don't think I have... I had a prop modification mod in here. I don't remember what it was called. Anyway, I was thinking about making this a huge tree, but I don't think I have the mod anymore. Are there redwoods? Okay, well now you're just tempting me here. Oh, I wasn't in the search thing. Ho 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 ho. Look at this. We got giant redwood number 1, giant redwood number 2. Oh yeah, look at these bad boys. Give me these things all day long. If you have not seen the giant redwoods, I implore you to go check them out at some point in your lifetime. They are fantastic looking trees. I don't think it's going to let me place any more of these. Anarchy mode? No? Okay, yeah, there's certain spots it wants me to put them, but it's not not going to play too nice, I don't think, if I have the regular brush on. If I go to single, I think it'll let me do them. All right, that's something. That's a decent amount of trees. Do we have anybody fishing? Oh, we actually do. Okay. This water is kind of terrifying to fish off of. I don't think you're going to really catch much here. I have photos with a car in the fallen redwood. It's amazing. It is awesome to go see those things. Just hundreds of feet tall. Very, very cool. Also, driving up there completely wore out a set of tires in our car, because it's all up and down the mountain roads up there. All right, friends, this is going to have to be it because I have been delaying eating dinner for, at this point, 3.5 hours. But I'm glad we're able to share a little bit of time today. Hopefully, you had some fun with our messing around here. But this is semi-functional. Seems like it's doing pretty well. This has not backed up, well, outside of this one line of cars trying to turn right. But I will consider that a success. I'll consider this a success. And our improvements to the blimp lines, everything is coming along pretty nicely. We just have a little bit more of a task to get these other areas up to snuff. But we'll get to that at some point in the future. Devilish, thanks very much again for the 2. Appreciate you, as always. Please do not call it a death camp. that's so morbid. That's bad. Yeah, so we'll see what we can get done next time. But yeah, I gotta record Timberborn for tomorrow too. So we got the the, what do you call them, folktales. I'm not going to call it an aesthetic build because it's not solely aesthetic focused, but should have a nice episode of that coming out for you. So look out for that in the morning. And then probably not going to post a video on a Wednesday this week because Kingdoms Reborn just ended. And I want to put some more work into these other City Skylines videos I'm trying to do. But yeah, I will see you guys in tomorrow's video. And then again on Thursday. Have a fantastic rest of your night. Thanks again for being here. Appreciate you. Have fun. Bye-bye.